My heart.
So,
It's fine.
anyways, so you went. Um, so you went there. You got a little bit of intel, and a whole lot of gold from the from the passed out tiefling's pocket, and um, and afterwards you went to the White Lady Inn. But before that, the speaker said how they were going to execute a wizard tomorrow, and was wondering if you guys would like to witness the event.
It's fine.
Anyway, but then you guys did in fact go to the White Lady Inn, which you found through conversation at the Wet Trout. It may or may not be haunted. Um,
Definitely haunted.
you don't know that. After you arrive to the White Lady Inn, you notice that there is a white-haired woman stirring a teaspoon into a teacup with mage hand, and then using said mage hand to flip a book or the pages of a book. She's not just twirling the book in the air; she's flipping the pages of a book.
Amateur.
And
My newest love interest.
oh, Christ. And,
This is your warning now. Just no more women in the campaign.
At all.
Replace woman with
everybody
Yeah.
is men. Gonna have to push the patriarchy on this one. All right.
And we just got taken down. Damn it.
Anyways, either that or make them all have kids.
That's probably a better.
It's gonna force character development on my end. Bless you, by the way.
Thanks.
There's just the child on every single person's back.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
not-
That's not a backpack,
Sitting
it's a
in
kid.
basket. Oh,
Anyways.
man.
So on one side of the inn common room was this white-haired lady with one eye, and on the other side of the room was Torga and old Blue Eyes himself, along with Torga's Emporium Co. LLC employees. The place is packed, but warm, obviously. However, much to Mittens's dismay, it smells a lot like fish in here due to the fact that they are having to use whale oil lamps. Yummy.
Worst.
Oh no,
Delicious.
it's the greatest.
You all are insane.
Constantly just.
Do you know what whales
About to
even
vomit.
look like? Have you seen them up close?
Whales aren't fish.
They're sea creatures.
They're
They still
mammals.
smell
It's
like-
still fishy. Okay, you know
Yeah.
what? All right, hold on.
Oh
I'm
my
rolling.
God.
I'm rolling. We're already starting the aneurysm. Hold on. Swift, you smell burnt toast,
Ooh.
which is interesting.
They're burning their toast in the White Lady.
Which is interesting because you don't even know what toast is. So.
Why you
All right.
already cook bread? Why you cook twice?
It's a fair question.
Why not? All right. So we are here in this tavern, common room, speakeasy, what have you,
Lounge.
and there is. Hold on. Someone give me a highs or lows.
Okay.
Close.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. There's a bit of a hustle and bustle regarding the events of earlier today, because you do have to remember it was in fact earlier today, about how a ragtag group of outsiders came and forced the speaker to stop all the sacrifices. The room is pretty split on the decision. Some are worried that like ending the sacrifices will be like the death of them all, and others just like, well, I mean, people aren't dying, so that's good, right? You know, like the more common high ground of this scenario.
We're
However,
not killing people anymore. That
however,
seems good.
either much to your relief or much to your confusion, no one seems to recognize you as the people that done it, despite Octavio's colorful winter gear. I imagine
Yeah,
everybody
we all
else is
kind of
like,
stand out.
well, I mean, some of you guys are just big people in winter gear, and one of you has a shell in your back, and the other one, the other one's all dressed up to the nines, and
Nobody got a good look at him.
they just came in and came out. Next thing you know, and no more sacrifices. It was amazing.
Oh no.
It was that fox. That fox came into town.
They're gonna erect a statue of the Gus
Yeah.
within the coming week.
He's
The
the one that
fox did it.
convinced the speaker.
The fox that ended the sacrifices.
Oh.
Box that united us all.
At
Turns
the end
out
of
the rhyme of the
weirdly worshipping this fox.
See, Andrew, now the fox is a town hero now. Now you can't kill it.
maybe the rhyme of the Frostmaiden was the friends we made along the way. No.
God.
Heroes are
if-
better as martyrs, right?
Yeah, exactly. The fox can just become a martyr. That's all. All you're doing is making more of an impact for if it dies.
Oh, no, the
Okay.
stakes, the emotional stakes.
Yeah.
Let's downplay.
That fox didn't do shit.
Oh,
That fox a fuck. That's what he did. That fox didn't do shit. All right.
poor cute crime and fox.
So maybe to also your relief, you see there's not just drinking just like regular ale or something like that. There's actually like a bit of a cocktail thing going on.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yes. The
What's the drinking limit? The drinking age in this town?
0 because it's medieval. They don't give a shit how
It's like, do we need to worry about
Got
that?
an 8-year-old at the bar, like, oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
learned that Octavio
I
is
think-
actually like 7.
I think Andrew and I talked about Octavio being like 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna backpedal Octavio.
This
there.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
He's a little too
Yeah.
naive for his age. Like it's getting to the point like is he on like is he on,
Benjamin.
Spectrum or something like
What?
that?
How old
What's
was
happening
he
here?
originally?
He came
I was-
into Icewind Dale with an unaccompanied miner's sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking originally it was like 20, 23, 25, like still
Oh,
young.
okay.
But
You made it sound like he was like 40.
23.
no, not that.
Yeah. 23 can still be kind of dumb,
Yeah.
but not.
No,
That's true.
he came to Icewind Dale with his coin purse like stapled to his front, like the front of his shirt. That way he'd be like, oh hey, money.
Can't lose that.
But
Yeah.
Okay,
My
so
dad always
he's,
sent me with,
he's
like-
not that dumb. Okay.
Yeah.
my dad always sent me with like film canisters because he was a photographer, so just film canisters full of money everywhere. Like, oh,
I think that was just like a 90s parent
Yeah,
thing.
'cause
My
my
parents
dad-
did the
I think it
same
was.
thing.
Yeah, my parents
Yeah.
used to do
Hell
the same
yeah.
thing too. Anyways, so the tavern.
Yeah.
Octavio sees the cocktails. They're like, "Ooh, just like back home," and goes towards the bar.
All right.
Swift very quickly reaches out and like grabs his arm really quick and just says, pulls him close and just says, "Remember, we are trying to not be spotted."
But everybody's drinking, and if you drink, you blend in. Come on, guys. I got some cocktails
Go there, go
ideas.
Is
crowd.
there a fancy menu?
Is there a fancy menu?
There.
And if so, can you give me some names of the drinks?
I want to go up to the
can we
bartender and
order
be like,
drinks
"Excuse
to
me,
the room?
your fanciest of menus, please."
Okay, so wait, hold on. Are you guys just like sitting at the door being like, "Excuse me, your fanciest
No,
drinks,"
no.
or are you like going, or like are you gonna like find a table?
No,
or-
No, yeah. Well, is there a table with like menus on it, or is it like?
Wait, didn't we see
Uh,
Homegirl in this?
Is there a
thing?
host?
Yes. Can we get a place away from Torga? Can we have a map of this venue so we can get
Yeah.
the fuck out of there and not be spotted? Like avoiding like somebody from high school that you don't want to see.
Oh shit.
Okay, so what exactly do you want to do? Do you want to have a spot near Torga or a spot away from Torga? Because I kind of got both out of that.
I'd say away, but with a line of
Away.
sight.
Away.
And with our
Okay.
backs against a corner or something. No doors.
Okay, because on one end of the common room is the white-haired lady, on the other end of the common room is Torga.
But
So
the end of the common room that has the white-haired lady is like everybody's like sitting away from her, right? So
yeah,
there's, like, a ring.
there's like a ring of like empty empty chairs.
So we
around
can't
her.
sit there because we will immediately be visible.
Huh.
Sit on the edge
Why
of
is
the ring.
no one sitting near her?
And you said that she's doing like magic.
She's just
Oh,
like
yes.
casually like has mage hand stirring her tea, and then using Mage Hand to like flip like a page in her book, and then using Mage Hand to like bring the tea to her mouth and sipping it like she's doing like literally nothing with her hands.
I do that
Like
thing.
she's just like
I do that thing to Swift.
Oh,
just,
man.
just like tap him on the shoulders, like she's doing magic. She's doing magic.
Does anybody care?
Last time I did.
yeah,
magic,
that's why
I almost
everyone's
got
like
killed.
Oh.
That's why no one's sitting near her.
I see.
yeah. But it hasn't gotten to the point like everyone's like you get the feeling that everyone's waiting for like her to just like start blasting off like the air around this situation is tense, but it's not hostile.
Remind me
yet.
again. Do we know this lady?
She was described as she was described by the tiefling in Goodmead that Mittens had to bring something to her.
Oh,
Had to
that's
smuggle something
right.
to her.
Finger.
Yeah.
The
Ah.
finger in the jar. Yeah, I was gonna ask, does she have her kobolds with her?
You can't tell if they're kobolds or just really small people, but there are like
Oh,
there
yeah.
are like sitting around her, like with like the table probably up to here. You see like the hoods of winter gear, and then like hands holding mugs, but then you can't see below that. So
Probably kobolds.
Adorable.
Most
Yeah.
definitely dwarves.
That's hilarious.
So cute.
Gnomes.
Are
It's
you gonna-
possible.
Could be gnomes.
Could be Kenku.
You good?
Could be Kenku.
Wait,
You're gonna
do,
try to
do
make
any
both of
be very short. King.
do any of us do any of our characters actually know that Mittens are supposed to contact this lady, or only Mittens? I know, like that whole
Well-
the whole thing was
well,
like,
I think he told
well,
us.
It was very obvious.
Well, seems how the tiefling was about as stealthy as a bull in a china shop. I think everyone in Goodmead knows who's Mittens'
Yeah.
connection here.
Yeah, Swift was standing like a couple feet away, like, I see what you're doing over there.
I heard everything.
yeah.
And the tiefling was like, "Stop looking
I
at me!
know
Don't
what's
look
going on.
And Swift never stopped looking.
yeah.
If anything, Swift just looked harder.
Swift just narrowed their eyes.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right.
Oh,
The
look,
camera just
everyone
rapidly
looks.
zooms in on Swift's eyes at that moment.
Well, Octavio is all of a sudden very thirsty, and he's gonna find a hostess or somebody who can help. Thank you,
Okay.
Dawson Albright, for following us or liking the stream.
All right, so eventually a woman comes by, a young woman, and she's like, "Well, hi y'all, welcome to the White Lady Inn," and hands y'all and hands y'all these wooden planks with paper like nailed onto it, and she's like, "Today our special is the winter cranberry cocktail. It's very good. I had myself a little bit on the tart side." But then we also have a slow gin fizz, and you know, anything else you like. Is there
Why
something
is
like
it slow?
It's actually slow is a type of fruit, SOLE.
Oh,
And-
I know these.
That's what she said too. She was actually.
Play on the
Yeah,
words.
yeah. The accent drops like, excuse me.
Oh, play on the words. Let's see.
It's like, ooh, I'll get your special, your blueberry thing.
The win-
Slow
The
gin
winter-
fizz for me.
The blueberry thing.
it's a winter cranberry. Okay, one winter cranberry, one slow gin, and then the bartender. His name's Bardabin. I shit you not. That's the actual
Wow.
name.
It's like he was born for this.
He was.
Yeah. the
You only
Bardabin,
had
the
one
bartender.
feature.
But he
They really
he-
tried with that one.
he can make y'all just about anything. So if you don't want those two choices, you can just pop off, and I'll go ahead and get you what you want.
Well, dag
just
him. I'd
have
like
a
to know.
water.
Oh,
Do not use pop off as in this next sentence, or I will take away that inspiration.
I look at her. It's like, do you have daiquiris by any chance?
Yeah, what?
Daiquiris?
Oh,
Daiquiris?
daiquiris. I thought you said diet crease. Like, no, we got
Yes.
Diet Pepsi. Daiquiris, of course we got daiquiris.
Ugh, I hate that shit. Diet Pepsi.
her accent is all over the place.
I
and
know.
it
Can I have a
makes me chuckle.
Can I have a pink raspberry Cosmo daiquiri?
Wow.
with a with a swirly straw, please.
Sure.
It's like a drink combo.
Okay,
Can I
so
just can I just slap my hand over his mouth and just say no? One bottle.
What? No.
Shut up!
one bottle of what? Myth.
Oh.
Yes.
Dealer's choice. Whatever you suggest. I just cannot watch him drink that. Cannot do it.
I push her hand away. It's like, but it's delicious. You got to try it.
I mean, daiquiris are delicious.
I would just like house ale.
Oh, you guys are
Damn.
you guys are so boring. Come on, Swift. Have a fun drink. Treat yourself.
The house
A
ale
fun drink.
is a hibiscus saison
Ooh.
made with
I do not know what that is. Give
Ooh,
me
okay.
winter.
Ooh.
Give me winter cranberry.
Can you get him a flight?
Can get him a fight. A little bit of
Yeah.
each.
Winter
We need-
cranberry.
I
need one more
I
to fill
slapped the
flight.
cat and I'm like, I don't care anymore. Just alcohol.
give me the strongest, cheapest thing you got.
The most medium shelf
Get me
you
where
have.
I need to go, lady.
Winter cranberry, but make it the double.
Ooh.
give me the winter cranberry and then the girliest drink you got. All right, 2 winter cranberries coming up. You got it.
Ugh.
All right. So
God.
all right. So she's like, all right, I'll be right back, and I'll yeah, and she looks at Barry's like, don't worry, I got you. And then like and then wait, guard, did you order anything?
He ordered
water.
water.
Yeah.
One
Water.
water.
Water? He definitely would do that. Either that or one of a house red blend, something boring.
Oh,
Yeah, like-
okay, yeah, I'll-
Your
I'll-
house
I'll-
Cabernet, please.
What?
Can I have
I like your Pinot Noir, please.
The most aggressively
well
medium
vodka,
drink you get.
Thank you.
Statistically,
40-year-old woman.
statistically, the water would probably be the most dangerous thing to drink in this
Yes.
time era.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd imagine in the north it's probably a lot easier to get decent.
Water.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So she's like, all right.
Sanitation.
So she's like, okay, I'll be right back. And then she just kind of disappears into the crowd because the crowd in here is in fact so thick and impermeable that she just kind of. All right. What's up?
How do we connect with Magic Lady?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you guys want to deal with Torga or talk to the magic lady first?
I mean,
Or
we're
I
not
could-
supposed to deal with Torga. We're
I mean,
watching.
Yeah.
I could also just
That's so
slink
far.
away to the bone finger in a jar to this lady.
Probably a good idea. I don't know. It
Yeah.
might
Alright,
spook her
man.
if we all show up.
I was gonna say, Armin's
true.
off you scamper.
All right.
Go slink into the
Just
shadows.
be
Yeah,
careful.
exactly.
Mittens, I know you are very stealthy, but please be careful.
I'm gonna slink back into the shadows, but like pop my head back and be like, "Don't drink my drink," and then go back into
What
the
did you order?
shadows. I
Yeah,
got
what
the
did you
gin
order?
fizz,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Good
right,
choice.
the slow gin fizz.
slow gin.
The fast gin fizz.
No.
Give me the most speedy gin fizz you have.
The fizziest gin fizz you've ever.
It's just all
slow
bubbles.
is a type of fruit. It's not.
The fast,
anyway.
the fizziest.
Is that the
Oh,
waiter coming
okay.
back to say that?
You did this to yourself, man.
I know.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
All right, so Mittens is gonna be like, okay, I'll be right back, and then go. Like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wink.
Wink.
No, Octavio, you're not fucking
Um,
drinking that.
God. There's a bar in Seattle that would serve this.
Oh no, no, dude.
It's actually a parfait. It's yogurt and ice cream.
There is no amount of drunk that is worth whatever that's gonna give you.
You mean
or
headache?
do to you.
The
Yeah.
worst hangover you've ever felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
But it's
Head-
unicorn.
That looks like that would make me throw up even before I got drunk off of
It looks like it has already been thrown up.
Oh God.
Who chewed up the
I
candy?
just part of me just hopes there's no alcohol in there. Like it would be worse if there is alcohol.
What is that? Okay, anyways.
Terrifying.
It's
that's
yeah, it
what
looks
that
like cotton candy and like some Twizzlers, but like rainbow Twizzlers, and then like the rainbow, like nerds. Shit, what
Oh,
is that?
yeah, I know.
The flat gummy thing. I don't know what it's called. Like the
Nerds
ribbon.
Rope?
No, it's not Nerds Rope. I know what he's talking about though. It's like the
I
fruit.
think there's like a single. Are these Lucky Charms marshmallows?
Oh, it is.
Yes, sir. It is.
All right, I'm sorry. I
What
didn't
is
mean
it?
to.
What
I didn't mean to make it so distracting.
what is this thing that you've wrought
Very
upon?
distracting.
What did you Google to find this?
No, forget about it. Continue with the story.
No, we have to spend at least 30 more minutes talking about this
No.
cocktail from hell.
This is the thing that's plaguing Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
A
This is
giant
so
Somebody
cocktail
introduce
glass
it.
with this looms over
drink-
the
Instant
horizon.
diabetes.
The drink is the
He's
Frostmaiden.
turned his camera off in shame.
Yeah.
Guaranteed
I didn't.
diabetic after one sip.
All
Well,
right,
actually,
Oh.
hold on. Rime of the Frostmaiden would be a great drink name.
it might be.
Lime of the Frost.
There it is.
Well, there you go.
There we
It'd be
go.
like
I was
a.
already designing a honey cake the other day for our good mead episode.
No, man.
All right, let's move on.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna
No.
stop.
Sorry.
All right,
So Mitten slinks back into the shadow, and like since there's that curve of like empty space, I'm just gonna be around the edge of it, like just the inner layer, and kind of make my way towards the lady as close as I can get.
all right. So
Well,
are you gonna
where's
gonna
Mins
try
going?
to move? Mins is gonna go talk to the magic lady.
Ooh, magic lady.
Yeah.
So Mittens, are you going to move in such a way like are you said you're being stealthy, right?
Yeah.
All right, roll me a stealth check.
What happens if you fail it?
I trip and fall on my
Oh, shit.
face. I slip on a beer. Someone spilled.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. Oh fuck! All right, no, actually, you're good. Surprisingly
Nice.
enough. All right.
So is there, if she's sitting at a table, like I'm assuming she's like in the middle of the space, is there like tables on either side of her and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's she's sitting at a table that sits like probably 5 or 6, and all the tables around her are like the smaller tables that only sit like 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
So yeah, as you approach her, are you like approaching her from behind or
No, so I want to kind of approach from the side and sit at the table next to her, like in the gap of space where there's no people, just enough so like she can notice me and sit like when I'm sitting there and like just kind of look over at her.
Okay. So you sit down, and she looks over to you. No, actually not over to you, but just kind of like turns her head in your direction and goes, "Wait, don't tell me. Gloves?"
Wait. When she says
God
that.
damn it!
Wait. When she says that, can I do a stealth check to see if I can sneak behind Mittens?
Yeah.
I hope you roll like a 20.
Oh, you
Yes.
did.
I want to
He
bump.
just-
I want to
okay.
bump from behind. It's like Mittens. Actually, he's a pretty cool dude.
Okay. So what happens is that you see Mittens get up. It's like,
My fucking
hold on.
natural
hold
20s
on.
are for nothing.
Shush. Mittens gets up and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to her, and you kind of see him like move stealthily through the crowd, and all you see is Octavio just underneath like the table, just like shrink, and all of a sudden he just like pops up next to Mittens. Like you don't even see how he got from point A to point B. You assume it's magic.
Took a page out of Mitten's stealth book there.
But then when you say it's Mittens, actually, she's like, I was close. I'm sorry. Divining's not really my forte. It's just kind of a, what's it? I guess a pastime for me. She's like, you have what you're supposed to be bringing me, right?
Of course I do. I'd be a terrible smuggler if I didn't. I'm gonna take it out and like spin it on the table. Be like, I have this. Heard you wanted it.
Be careful with that.
It's gonna blow up.
Fall off the table and break.
Necromantic energy everywhere.
Yeah, like it, spin it, and just like make a little show out of it. Be like, yep, I got this.
Actually, just a phylactery and a list.
Yeah.
I'm
campaign.
free.
Is that
The whole campaign changes from here.
It's actually the lich from the Amber Temple.
And here we
Oh
are.
man,
you
we wondered where he went.
You unleash Rita Repulsa. No. She's like, no. Okay. All right. Thank you. But don't be very careful with that. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to find graves in a place of permafrost. So.
Oh.
I go, yeah, you got it, and then flick it, throw it up, and catch it in my sleeve again.
Mitten, stop! All right.
She says very loudly.
Yeah. Mittens on hand, you tabaxi bastard. Okay.
Start doing the thing with the knife.
Look over
where
to
you're, like,
Torga's
stabbing around it.
table. You look over to Torga's table. She's gone. She went to the bathroom. Didn't hear it.
Instead of 5-finger fillet, it's 6-finger fillet, huh?
No, stop. It's just Mitten's just like, hey.
Oh no.
Don't think
All
I
right.
won't.
So the woman goes, okay, good. I see. I've heard of your reputation. I'm glad to see that it holds up. Did your compatriot discuss monetary compensation regarding this?
Yeah, he did. He told me that when I delivered it to you, you had the compensation ready to go.
Excellent. Yes, I do. Come here.
I go,
And-
go sit next to her.
Don't look at me while we're doing
Oh
this.
Oh, not this again.
Ah,
Swift isn't a part of this conversation, but just feels their eyes.
Yeah.
On too.
You stand a
Wait
little
a
taller. Stand a
We
little
all,
taller over
we
the
all got our
crowd.
drinks and turned around and are now just staring at them.
It's just a record scratch. Like everyone's staring at.
No, she puts a small satchel of coins on the table, and Octavio, you immediately recognize the material of that satchel to be very fine velvet. Like you
Ooh.
like you're like ooh, like you know, like your aristocracy like brain just starts like and you realize you haven't
new-
seen like
could have a new
quality. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I was like, whoa, that is a beautiful pouch you got there. Can I touch it?
No.
As soon as before she even finished saying sure, he just grabs it. He's, whoa,
This,
Really-
this
really-
is weird.
fine craftsmanship.
Fine Corinthian
Do I
leather.
recognize where it comes from?
No, you don't recognize exactly where it came
It could have a little tag or something. Can I do a roll?
There's no a family crest, anything pushed in it.
Oh my god.
Because I can.
Recognize the thread count. The
apparently-
thread count and the color.
Apparently, I can roll 20 for all the useless rolls. So let me.
Yeah.
There's no thread count. Jesus Christ.
She's
There's no
counting
th-
it.
There is no
I don't know
thread
how
count.
velvet works.
Yeah, right. God.
Swift's never seen velvet in their life.
Yeah. But what you do see is that there is what looks like some sort of icon on there. And oh no. Hold on.
Oh no.
The icon's Gucci.
Yeah. No. I'm trying to
It's Lacoste.
Yeah.
let's see. I'm trying to pull up the picture of the icon. Anyways, what it looks like, I'll just describe it to you. It looks like a white gold triangle with like a diamond studded branch across that.
Diamond
And-
studded too.
Well, it's more likely cubic.
It's a very expensive pouch.
but it's supposed to look like diamond studded. And Octavio, you recognize this symbol as the well, actually, it's not like a diamond studded branch. It's more like a diamond studded like V coming up from it. And you recognize this symbol because of your amazing history check a couple sessions back as the symbol of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bad hombres.
Not
Yeah.
Versace.
No, unfortunately not Versace.
Remind me again. What does Octavio exactly know about the Brotherhood?
You know that they are like an elite group of wizards and spellcasters, specifically wizards. They seem to have a thing against sorcerers. Yeah, I know. But that there is also kind of a moral grayness involving them. And let's see. Oh, okay. Well, I managed to find the image, but it's not the one that I was thinking of. That's okay. Anyways, but you do know that there's like kind of a moral grayness involving them, and that the people of 10 towns have dealt with the Arcane Brotherhood before, and that the Arcane Brotherhood is kind of the reason why there is a sort of a stigma against spellcasters revolving them.
Oh, yeah. I put it down real quick. It's like, oh, I sort of like I'm looking at it, and then like I spin it around, and I see the sign, the little symbol. And I'm just like, oh, that's a very nice pouch. And then I just like step away very slowly. By step away, I mean like
Suspicious?
back to my where I
Not
was sitting.
suspicious at all.
Yes, so low key.
Just start sweating really hard.
Everyone's doing a great job.
That's what that's kind of a general picture of what
Okay.
I'm
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
She laughs like gently, and her laugh kind of carries that sort of, what's the word, like the I don't want to say leathery, but you can definitely tell it has that sort of like elderly aspect of it, where like she's clearly
Aged.
older. Yeah, and she's like, oh, you're worried because you saw the symbol. Hey, trust me, I am not nearly as bloodthirsty and callous as some of my brothers are in the Arcane Brotherhood.
No, not worried at all. You seem like a nice lady.
And she goes, wait, before we continue any further, I need to see if this is genuine. And she
Bites it.
and she and what?
Bites it
No,
like
she
a gold
doesn't
coin.
bite it. God, you guys are gross. and she sort of like waves her hand in front of it and mutters some words. Octavio, what spells do you know?
That's for me to find out and for you to know. Wait, what?
Okay.
You can just
I
check
have-
your character sheet. You
I
can just look
have-
at your character sheet.
I have
Just look at your character sheet.
I'm
Okay,
trying.
No, you don't know it. Okay,
Jose,
you
look
don't
at your character sheet.
you don't recognize the spell, but maybe because you're so magically in tune, the finger inside the dirt begins to glow a bit faintly, and she's like, okay, good, this is authentic. And then she looks towards you and Mittens, and all of a sudden her one-eyed stare, the eye patch. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the eye patch is like elegant leather. Like it's not just like boom. Like it's like you could tell that like somebody specifically made this eye patch for her. Like it fits the contours of her face and stuff like that perfectly. So it's like flush with it. But then she looks towards you, and all of a sudden the other eye like focuses sort of, and points towards Octavia's chest and says, "You there, boy? What is that? Let me see that."
What?
Finally.
See what?
Finally.
Fucking finally. Sorry.
It's just so. This is simply so we stop asking about it.
Yeah, this character doesn't
I'm
exist.
okay with this.
That thing you carry around your neck, what is that?
It's my gold coin purse. Then I take out the gold coin purse while trying to cover the stone.
No. And then she goes, "No, that thing," and then uses Mage Hand to lift the orc stone out from like your, I don't know. I'm assuming you're wearing like a button-up shirt or something like that.
I do not consent to this. But fine.
No.
Just slowly
don't-
unbuttons the top 3 buttons.
Oh God.
I am. what is your name? I'm sorry. I know your friend's name, Mittens, but I do not know yours.
Octavio Cadenas.
Ah, goodness. I see you're also from a wealthy family as well.
Yes,
And
yes,
that-
from Waterdeep. Top noble.
And that we are one and the
Okay,
same.
that's too loud.
Shh, Octavio, shh, don't do that.
Sorry, I got excited. It's been a while since somebody recognized me.
I recognize the Cadenas name, and I am honored to be in the presence of one. However, I need to see that stone.
Sure. And I take it out and I just and give it to her.
And she goes, "Do you realize what this is?"
It's my lucky stone.
No.
No.
What is it?
No, you poor, simple, foolish child.
Thank you.
You carry a wit of magic about you, but you're unhewn. You're unfinished. I see plenty of raw potential in you, but you lack the knowledge. This is no mere magic item. This is an artifact. A
And
very powerful one at that.
it looks like a stone to me.
You sweet summer child.
Just a rock.
It's not just any boulder; it's a rock. SpongeBob reference.
There
All right. But she goes. She said she laughs that kind of grandmotherly laugh again. Like no. Most magic items can often be passed off as something mundane, but this is something special. What? And then she sits there and there's like this kind of awkward silence between y'all. She sits there for a moment. She kind of looks at it, and she you can see she's like focusing, and then sort of like releasing, and then focusing again. And then she shakes her head, and she tries to focus once more. She goes, "Huh. Tell me, Octavio, have you attuned to this thing?"
Wasn't a tune.
No, he hasn't.
Trust me, we've tried, and we
You guys
can't-
don't know what a tune is, so shut up.
I know what a tune is. That bard's over there playing a tune. No.
Solid.
It's just some random guy on the side says that.
Yeah. Shut up. Anyway.
No, you're thinking of a tune. That's a fish that lives out in the sea. It's tuna.
No, that's a tune. You remember, you can always tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Tell me what the fuck this thing is.
You're not even there.
We need to know.
At this
Me-
point, Beer just to the conversation.
smashes through the crowd, knocking
Meanwhile-
people out of the way.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the waitress has already brought back the drinks, and it's just like there's like the cup for Octavio, like the glass, the highball glass for Mittens, and then it's just like a pitcher and a straw for Beery. like just the whole fucking pitcher.
Actually, he hands that to me. I just want to look at her. I'm like, are you an angel?
Wes rolls their eyes audibly.
Well, I've been called that. I've been called that from time to time.
I mean,
It's force times
What?
the charm,
I-
huh, Berry?
my
Anyways.
sense is tingling.
No.
Must be an angel.
Oh my.
There it is. Despair.
That's despair.
I'm gonna give us a way to Torgo right
There is a list.
now. I'm going to go over there. and I'm going
Swift's like, I'm not even drunk, and I'm
We're
already
here,
about to throw up.
I'm going to walk over there and tell her, hey,
We're here.
by
Let's
the
fight.
way." Let's
The
just
biggest-
do this now. Why not?
Anyway,
I'm totally keeping notes on how you guys react to these shitty ones.
poorly. It's all gonna be poorly.
That one has a note of despair.
There you go.
D for despair. Okay. Anyway, so she's already kind of sat down to drinks. Swift, is anyone keeping an eye on Torga, by the way?
Swift is.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, we're watching.
Okay. All
While
right.
I sip.
We probably all shouldn't be watching.
We're taking
Everyone's
turns.
staring at
That is
her.
I was gonna say that would be a little bit suspicious.
Yeah.
We're not
Just
talking
like-
to each other at all. We're just like
It's like that.
staring.
It's like that. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Where
We're
like,
like the
from across the
crows.
room.
We're like the crows from Dumbo. We're just like watching people. And...
Okay, so as this lady is talking to Mittens and Octavio, you see that the group that Torga has, like Torga's kind of like just like sort of like splayed out, like really, like cocky and whatnot. Cephik he's actually enjoying a drink himself, and you recognize the fact that Octavio ordered the same thing. He's also having a winter cranberry cocktail. But the rest of the group seems to be drinking just swill, like garbage. One of them, however, is like black and blue, like has a bandaged lip, a bloody nose, and like one eye is kind of started to, like, the swelling has started to reduce. The bruises are still very much purple, but there is that kind of like green around them from fading a bit. But that's all you can see right now, and they just kind of seem to be without straining, you can't hear what they're saying. The crowd ambience is just too loud in here right now. Meanwhile, back to the lady. Jose, are you there?
Yes, I'm eating.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure. All right. She goes, weirdly enough, I cannot attune to this.
Oh, it must be
But-
really hard, huh?
No, actually, it's not. Usually, you can do it within a small amount of time. You just need to focus on it. And well, if I could attune to it, I would have paid this for you, and I assure you, money is no object. However, it seems like, I don't know. Seems like this was, I don't want to say made for you, because no artifact is made for anybody, but it seems sentience in magic items is not unknown, so maybe it has chosen you. Octavio,
Yeah.
hold out your hand.
Holding out my hand.
And she places the stone within your hand, and then holds her hand over it, and says, "When you feel the stone against your palm, describe how it feels to you, or to me, rather."
Pulsates.
It's what? It pulsates. I thought you were gonna say something stupid like it's a rock. I wasn't
Kind of half expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's an actual answer. Okay. You guys caught me off guard there.
I didn't think I was gonna get this far. See, guys, set
Good.
expectations very low.
19, apparently.
Octavio, I want you to do something for me. Do you think you can find some time? And it's not a very long time. Probably less of an hour. And I want you to sit with a stone, and I want you to focus on that feeling of the pulsation within your palm.
Okay.
Can you do that for me?
Sure, I'll do it right now. And I start staring at it.
No. She goes, no. You are very naive. No, you need silence. Especially if this is your first time attuning, you need to focus. Is
it gonna hurt?
Not, no, no, it's not going to hurt.
Okay.
I assure you. And she says to me, "See, your friend here is, oh man, he's got a long way to go." Oh,
Okay. Thanks, Graham. I'll do that sometime tonight.
please call me Velen.
Villain, got it.
Velen. Velen. Oh, actually, hold on, wait. I have a fucking handout. What am I doing typing names out?
Nice to meet you, Velen.
No. Hold on. Wait, do I have a handout? Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Oh, what? I'm definitely hitting on her. What are you talking about?
And while this is going on, Mittens, roll me a perception check.
Oh.
It's awesome.
So the one thing you notice is that some of the kobolds are like drinking their drink, finishing them, and setting them off to the side. But some kobolds are simply just sitting there with a glass, and you'll see that they'll take the glass and tilt it, but then when they put it back up, it's back at the same level as it was before.
They're just acting like they're drinking.
Illusion.
They don't know how to drink. Oh, wait. Does Octavio notice that my drink has been put on the table?
No, you've been too. Maybe not. You've been pretty absorbed into this whole stone thing.
Okay.
At this point, how drunk are the rest of us?
Let's see some Constitution. Constitution.
It's been like 5 minutes.
Hammering them,
I
hammering
just
them back.
wanted a pitcher and a straw. I don't know why the straw.
Because that's based on a true story about me. Barry, you're fine.
Aw.
I was gonna say Swift hasn't even started drinking yet because she forgot to bring their drink.
Aww.
Oh wait, did Swift? Wait, no,
You mentioned Octavio. You mentioned Octavio. Everyone else is drinking except Swift.
Yep,
Oh
it's true.
no.
Swift's just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like,
just-
what kind of service is this?
Okay, so then, okay, fine. If you're
I
gonna be
got
that
you a
way,
second straw and I put it in my pitcher.
No, I'm
because-
just kidding. They've been so focused on like keeping an eye on Torga that they're like took like a sip basically. That's about it.
Well, Swift is focused on that. Beery is trying to find happiness at the bottom of a bottle here. So,
Gold, I'm
Uh,
warming up.
occasionally you'll see that one of the dwarves in Torga's company gets up, goes to the bar, seems to be either ordering another round for himself or for the rest of the crew. Sits there for a little bit and then comes back. But you notice with your very good passive perception that Cephik seems to be kind of like he is drinking his drink, but you can also see that every time he does it, like his eyes go from like he blinks and then blinks over there, and he's kind of subtly scanning the crowd. But thankfully he hasn't noticed you guys yet.
Somehow.
Or if he has noticed you, he hasn't said anything regarding it.
Whale.
Turns out he's a bro.
So have we completed this transaction? She approved the goods, and I swiped the coin purse.
Yes, and in return, you find that in the coin purse is 3 platinum pieces and
Oh, wow.
and 5 gold.
Wow. What
Holy
does that equate
shit.
to in gold?
35 gold.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
Yeah.
And 3 platinum. A platinum is 10 gold. So
That's not as much as I was thinking, but still, great.
Drinks
Drinks
on
are on
mittens.
me.
Yeah.
How much is the pouch worth? Because you said it had some expensive cubic zirconium in there.
How much the pouch is worth, you don't know. You'd have to take that to a pawnbroker to find
Yeah,
out.
take it to your
We're gonna
pouch
find out.
guy.
The
Yeah.
pouch guy.
Yeah, you don't have a pouch guy?
I mean, I did have one, but he moved, and then I haven't found a new one yet. And they're hard to come by.
Man, these pouch guys, man.
Does Octavio come back and like tell us about his experience, or are you guys still gonna hang out with Magic
no.
Lady?
Octavio's like, oh, thank you a lot, Valerin. I have to go back with my friends though, because my drink is melting. I'll try to find you if I. What do you say it was? A tune to it? I'll try that.
There's-
That's my
We'll
homework.
work on that. We'll work on that.
Remember, and she says, remember, all you have to do is control your breathing and just focus on the item.
Okay.
For people as gifted as you and I, That's all there is to it.
You hear that? I'm gifted.
Yeah, you
well,
are.
well, I mean, she's gifted in one way. You're gifted in another.
Beery's not here. The only thing that matters is Beery's not here to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I turn around and I was
Anything,
like,
anything important with Octavio, Barry's
Honestly,
not there.
yeah.
I'm I was gonna start sauntering on over there.
No. I turned around. I was like,
was thinking, yeah,
Beery,
let's-
Swift, you won't believe what this lady told me about this rock that I'm holding in my hand.
God, could you please not?
And I rushed towards the table with her.
Oh wait, do you actually yell across the common room?
Do you really do this?
Yes.
Oh god damn it. But before that happens, Mittens looks over at her. It's like a pleasure doing business with her. Thieves can't, and then walks away.
When this happens, I just look at Swift and kind of like, am I drunk?
Swift is
Wait.
Am I drunk
despairing.
or is this happening?
When you
Swift
say
immediately despairs.
that, when you say that, I need to see some stealth checks now.
Everyone?
Everybody, except for Octavio.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like,
Yeah, hide me! Oh no!
you're.
Beer's just drunk as hell. Yeah, I'm not gonna hide.
I mean, Beer is the first name I call.
Damn. Wow.
Wait, I want to roll just to see. I know it doesn't apply, but I just want to see.
Beery's drunk. The rest of us are immediately just like
All right.
down.
Heads down. Yeah.
Okay, so Octavio goes, Barry, Swift, you won't believe what this is, and like he says it in such a loud way that it cuts through the crowd. And there's
Actual record scratch.
I want to.
Oh my God.
I want to
there's a
acknowledge that.
small-
I want to say that at
What?
that moment when I say that and everybody just kind of pauses and looks, I realized really fast that I actually fucked up.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. I was like,
It's a rock.
it's a rock.
and every
Good job, buddy.
the room falls silent. You can hear like for a like breadth of a second, like there's just like because everyone's like, what the fuck was that? Like, you know, like really quickly turning towards a loud voice. Mittens, Swift, and Gar like like sink into their chair, and
Gar goes
and
into his
just-
shell. Just
Yeah, I'm just like.
Thankfully, except for Octavio, because fuck you, you did this to yourself. This was a group stealth check. So Barry's like, well, what's going on? And then Swift's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's what and no. Like Barry is like drinking and lowers the drink and be like, what's going? And Swift's like, nope, keep drinking.
Just
And she's like, oh, okay. And then she
That's
just-
how Beer got hammered.
and
it's all
And-
Octavio's fault.
and you see all of the eyes on the room are on you, Octavio. All of them.
What do you do?
Especially a pair of ice blue eyes in the corner of the
Go back and hang out with the magic lady.
I like to think that I turn around to look at her and she's just like disappeared. But now I'm just holding the stone. And try to blend into the crowd really awkwardly as everybody keeps looking at me and just back out.
It's
And-
like you walked into class late.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody's just staring at you as you saunter over to your seat.
The hush breaks up. The hush like starts to warble back into talk as that happens. But Swift, you see Sefik just put his glass down and then leans over to Torga to say something. If you want to hear, I need to see a perception check.
Yeah.
I mean, does he need to roll? He has a 19.
Well,
That's
we'll
true.
see. I can get higher than that.
Oh my God, Jose!
Just saying.
26.
Oh, there we go.
He's like,
Oh,
And
His
even
ear
if
grows.
it's because it's indoors and I don't get my double proficiency for it, it's still a 24.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So he says,
good. Oh
He
my
says-
goodness.
it seems like your friends are here.
Oh,
You go take care of this. I need to go speak to a certain pawnbroker.
Oh, there is a pawnbroker.
We gotta find that guy.
Yeah, it's the dude. It's the dude that got pulled for the lottery.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who's gonna die?
Yeah.
Ask him about how much your pouch is worth.
I'm gonna say yeah. Before you die, how much do you appraise this for me, please?
Well, hopefully he doesn't get. Hopefully he doesn't die. That was the whole point of telling everybody to like look out for it.
He's coughing up blood. He's like it's worth 500, but the best I can do is 250.
You deserve death. Fuck you.
And he made
Greedy bastard. You paid your way out of lottery. This is what happens.
he made 500 gold, but he can only do 250 silver. I mean copper.
Yeah. Best I can do is 200. No, 2.5 copper. That's the best I can do.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. So what happened? Is everybody just back to normal, and I'm just trying to hide as awkwardly as possible, or?
Yeah. Now everything is
So-
back to normal, and the crowd kind of starts to shift a bit.
All right.
And Swift, you are you keeping an eye on Torga and Co?
I am now
Yeah.
exclusively looking towards Torga, just
Okay.
watching her every move.
So,
Um,
what
yeah.
was up?
No, that's it. If-
Okay. So you see Torga kind of get up with that sort of kind of attitude, you know, and you see like Cephik like lean against the wall with his like cocktail glass, and a passerby like a barmaid carrying a tray of drinks walks by. And when she walks by, after she's gone, all you see is the cocktail glass spilt on the table, and where Cephik was is now like a small flurry of snowflakes.
Ooh.
Like,
All right. This is how you say bad news.
this
Bad news
is
bears.
very bad.
Meanwhile, I
news.
try to ignore the fact that she's coming after me, and I go to the bar and try to order something to try to act normal.
Okay. So
Maybe she won't recognize me.
very quickly, while everybody is still here, actually Mittens is not back yet.
I was assuming I came back like with Octavio there after. I was just like, all right, thanks, lady, and then we just like dove back after he
Okay.
yelled.
This is very bad news.
So Swift, I guess Swift doesn't wait until Octavio and Mittens are back to say this. Sort of like while everybody is like leaned down, like low. Swift is just like, all right, clearly they know we're here. Cephik is on the move. We will have to deal with Torga.
Gotta
Have to
do
deal
it.
with Torga now.
Yeah, we should probably follow her, right?
No, I'm just saying Torga. We will now. Now Torga is aware of us.
As she walks
So
out,
we are going to have to deal with Torga,
Wait.
whether we want to or not.
Is she though? Because you guys also see it on your stealth check. She's aware of me.
Swift heard Cephik tell Torga, "Your friends are here.
Oh, okay.
I have to go see a pawnbroker." So Swift assumes that Cephik assumes that we're all here if you are.
All right. The question is, does she
So-
know where you guys are?
Like otherwise he wouldn't have said it that way. Like so that's sort of Swift's
Right.
interpretation. It's like he would have said friend if he just thought Octavio was here.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me reiterate. My apologies. He wasn't so like assured. It said like it would seem your friends are here, not like they are here. I am
and that-
leaving now.
the way Swift is reading that, or like Swift's sort of
Okay.
precaution, is that we should just assume that they think we're all here.
Yeah.
Because like, why would one
Yeah.
of us be here if we're all if?
So Torga gets up and motions towards the dwarf that's all beaten up, and makes her way over to Octavio, who is sitting there with a glass of water, like like looking around. Yeah,
spilling
exactly, exactly like that. And Torga kind of sidles up to Octavio and says, "So, couldn't help but notice you followed me here."
Hi, tour guide. I didn't see you. I follow you. No, we're visiting the tent.
Happen to be going the same way, right? Yeah. Okay. Right.
No, it was
Right. Listen.
okay,
Listen. Stop talking.
uh,
Stop. And she actually like purses her lips. Listen. You see what happened to this guy here? You see what happened to this unlucky fucker over here?
Is that the guy that
points
has
at
so
me.
fucked up?
Yeah. Okay. You see what your friend Beery did to him? That's what happened. You can talk now.
Ugh, fish. The Barry didn't do that. She's been with me the whole time. I mean, she's somewhere else.
Well, here's something. It's your word against mine. And I have these people eating out of the palms of my hands. So if I say Beery killed this guy, or sorry, if Beery beat up this guy, killed his family, and then burnt their house to the ground, they're gonna believe it. I warned you. Do not fuck with me.
Wait, but Barry didn't do that though.
It doesn't
Let it-
matter. It doesn't matter.
Naivety.
You can't.
doesn't matter
You
who
can't.
did
You,
it.
you can't be lying.
Swift is just head
Wow.
in hand, just hearing
You
this whole
fucking moron! I made a living off of this.
You make a living lying to people?
Yeah.
Yeah, you almost bought some of her stuff.
I didn't. Man's like comes into frames like, yeah, you almost bought some of this stuff.
Presumably, y'all still really good on your stealth check, so she hasn't seen any of you guys yet.
Which
It's fine if you want to lie to
very
people, but you can't prove that Barry beat up this guy.
I'm going to warn you one last time, and then afterwards we're done here. But you leave me alone. You stop following me. You stop harassing me, or else nobody, and I mean nobody, in 10 towns will open their doors to you ever again. This will be the last fucking meal you eat here. I promise you that.
I have like heavy sweat on my brow.
That'll be true either way.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably pretty
What-
true.
Question: are we actually following Torga? Like, what's We know.
Yeah.
Do we care about
Yeah,
Torga?
I think we
This,
should.
this is out of
we
character.
were
Yeah.
specifically told to keep an eye on her. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And last time the sheriff dude is kind of like on our side, maybe no.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you were told to kind of keep on her group. You weren't really told so much
Yeah.
to keep an eye on her.
Right.
What you do know is that Torga is harassing Octavio, and Sapphic is no longer in the room somehow.
So Swift says he's going after to everybody who's still at the table, which is just Beery and Gar, I guess, at this point. Unless is Mittens with Octavio at this point, or is Mittens come back?
I don't know, Mittens, where are you at right now?
I figured I was still kind of like behind Octavio,
No.
like in the crowd a little bit.
Okay, so to Beery and Gar, then Swift says, "Alright, Sefik is gone. We can I assume he's going after his quarry, the pawnbroker. We should probably get word to the sheriff."
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, this is a little detail that we went over in the last session, but the sheriff said she would be personally overwatching the security for the pawnbroker.
Right.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. Right. So I'm just it would seem
Oh, okay,
prudent.
okay,
It would
okay.
seem prudent to tell the person who's doing that.
Hey,
that,
he's yeah.
hey,
okay.
by the way, he's on his way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want
Right.
to tell
Um,
Torga's like, okay, fine, that's fair. I'll just leave and go to sleep. I'm tired. I don't want to be here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you, Miss Lady Torga.
And she goes, there. Now, was that so hard?
No.
All I ask is just for a little bit of your cooperation.
Swift,
I-
please let me stab her.
I understand.
You
I-
cannot stab her in the middle of the white
understand.
lady. You can.
I understand. I
Sucks.
just gotta. I understand. I promise. I will just leave. And I put like a couple coins in to pay for my drink, and then I start stepping away.
She's stressing out our rations. Do you know what that does to me?
She
I mean,
and,
just
and,
the
then,
flavor.
and then she holds a hand out and kind of like pats you on the cheek a little too hard. Like it's all like you could definitely tell it's like kind of a half slap. She goes, "You do that."
See, she hit him. She hit him.
Okay.
Salt.
And then I
Beauty.
want to make a beeline for the door.
Self-defense.
And if I can, give like eyes to like Swift and Beery, like, you know, without her noticing. So out of character here, my plan is to like bolt towards where the pawnbroker is.
Well, I mean, are you even aware of what's going on with the pawnbroker? Like,
You don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
No.
weren't at the table with Swift.
Oh, okay. Well, in that
Oh,
case, I'm
wait.
just gonna attack her.
What?
You're what?
In the
Yeah,
middle of the tavern.
she was threatening Beery. I'm not gonna stand for that. Fucking witch bolt this bitch. Actually, no, she's within range.
This very quickly devolved
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
if I so my thought process behind this is if I notice the homeboy left, I know that he's the actual target. So I just wanted to like.
But do you know that he did? Do you know that he did?
I don't know. Do I, Andrew?
Well, I mean, I mean, are you gonna look, or are you just gonna be like,
I just
nope, Torga?
Well,
No.
I mean, I backed away and I saw her looking at me next to him. Did I see him leave?
Oh, okay.
see
I did.
us though. Could
I
you
did-
see like me and Swift and me just like no?
Oh yeah. He would be able to see you guys because he like knows where to look. Like that's that. You know.
Can
the
I just
whole-
like shake my head and like signal to him like don't
But-
do it.
But
Don't
but,
do
like,
what I know you want to do.
But I guess like in sort of like a nervous, like frenetic energy, like looking around, like haha, and you notice you don't see the blue eyes anymore in the corner of the room.
Okay. All right. Yeah. In that case,
Swift is
then
just with every fiber of their being, just like.
all right.
It's,
Yeah. In that case.
it switched to like the silent yell, like we gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna play the hurt puppy and then leave with my tail between my legs. Yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna chug my winter
I
cranberry.
didn't even get to taste mine.
Neither did I.
It's not that great. It's fine.
All
over
right.
for
Chugs yours too.
Leave a couple coins on the table. All right, we gotta go. We gotta.
Well, all of our accommodations are covered. We're good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. It was free room and board for tonight. My
I
bad.
feel like just. Do you feel as though someone should stay here and watch that blue-eyed guy isn't there?
No, he left.
No, I know. I mean to say, we're trying to prove that they're a part of this, even if we catch him, or even if we don't end up catching him.
They already know that he's with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sheriff confirmed that she saw that dude with Torga.
I know. I'm just saying.
So if he does something, it's linked to her already.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm as I'm walking away towards the door, like you guys can tell that I'm furious, like crying furious. Like I can't believe I had to
Hold
like,
it.
swallow.
You
Swallow
and
my
me
pride.
start.
And the angry tears.
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
well
he's
up in the corner. Like,
Nobody messes with me.
this is stupid. I don't like this.
The
Yeah.
second we get outside, I just want to be like, yeah, we're gonna kill her.
Yeah,
Maybe
fuck.
not right now, but we're gonna someday.
Eventually, we'll get to that point.
Swift can't even be bothered to like correct them at this point because they feel similarly. It's just you probably shouldn't just witch bolt somebody in the middle of a tavern of people that are already afraid of people who do magic.
Yes.
Oh man, that'd be.
So tempting though.
That would have been
She
literally
threatened
the
us.
worst possible thing we could
that's-
have done.
That's
Yeah.
like one of my
Andrew would have
things.
had to. He would have to like rewrite some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I'm not.
I think
no.
we
I-
literally would have been not welcome anywhere.
I want to
anymore.
clarify. I wasn't even in the room while Octavio was defending me, so I still wasn't.
Once again.
So good.
Yeah, I'm like crying and like I
I
like
know
to
we're
imagine
itching for action,
You're-
but come on now.
you're like looking at Octavio Beery and you're like, what the fuck are you crying?
No. Beery was there. I wasn't there.
No.
Swift just like punches Octavio strong in the shoulder when he gets out. And he's like, "Don't you ever fucking do that again."
What is the matter with you?
I got excited. It's a
If
magic
you had
stone.
done, if you had done what you were thinking of doing, we would not be welcome anywhere.
How do you know I knew? How do you know what I was thinking of doing?
He
I've
knows.
seen you. I've seen you immolate things. I know what you do.
I know what
She's
you
gonna-
do.
She's gonna get it. I swear. She's gonna. I can't wait to get my hands on her.
In
Just
time, we have more
well-
important things to worry about. We have to go.
fine.
While Swift is yelling at you, I just like, proud of you, little buddy. Good on you. Big arm punch, and I like punch you across the whole
I do
street.
like a big smile, but like my tears are like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. All right.
Alright,
my
onwards.
God.
Presumably
My
we're go-
our lives flashed before our eyes
Yeah.
when you said that, Jose. It's like I'm in a witch bolter. It's like, oh, oh no.
Yeah, I saw Andrew too. getting
Okay.
Andrew was getting ready too. He's like, all right, character sheet.
Just gotta pull.
Just take book, throw in trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're winging it from here on out.
Oh god.
Okay.
But then
So-
again, she deserves it.
All right. So what are you guys gonna do? What do you do?
Go back and witch bolt her.
No. No.
Set the whole set the whole tavern on fire.
All of
Well,
us
that's
attack
the
at
point of
once.
witch bolting.
Stop witch bolting everything. It's
So-
not even that good of a
The
spell.
sheriff,
It's not.
the sheriff told us that she didn't want us going there. That like, we'd kind of blow up her spot if we did.
Yeah, but I think now is kind of a good reason.
Yeah.
to-
Unfortunately, things have started. The dominoes have started falling.
Okay. So, let us adventure off over there then.
Okay. So you are I assume you guys are like rushing out the door, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
at
like
this point.
sneakily, not weird.
Well, I mean, I think we're
Actually-
not like. I think Octavio is running, and I think the rest of us are just like, okay, let's wait for her
Yeah.
to turn around and then and then leave.
We'll casually walk out after that.
Okay. So you Octavio, you burst out of the White Lady Inn, and you see that the storm winds have kind of picked up a little bit, and there's the snow is starting to blow, and a very powerful gust, like it's almost like sideways, and you see the moon is partially obscured by a cloud overpassing it, and yet when you look outside, there is no view of the blue-eyed man in sight. And then the rest, and then like a couple seconds later, the rest of the crew like stumbles out.
So yeah, I think as we're rushing, now that we're outside, I think we're rushing. But I think Swift is trying to like keep an eye out in the shadows for Sefik.
Okay,
It's gonna be very difficult.
yeah, but like how specifically, like how are you keeping an eye out for him? Like
I
are
think they're looking to the rooftops because we know that they like to travel on the rooftops.
okay,
Or in like alleyways as we pass.
okay. So let me see a survival check.
Okay. That's an 18.
Okay.
Nice.
You see coming from the alleyway onto the main street next to the tavern. Like going from here and then leading out. Oh, didn't mean to move your token there. Going there and then leading out. You see a set of footprints. And you can tell from the gait of the footprints that whoever is moving is running. And these are very fresh footprints.
And then like they're running this way basically.
They are actually running. Hold on. They are actually running this way.
Okay. Do we know where the pawn shop is specifically?
You know that roughly. They might have told you this during the speaking with the speaker,
Mm-hmm.
but you know that roughly the pawn shop is somewhere around this region. Where
Okay.
exactly you're not entirely sure, but you know it's somewhere around here.
Do we
Okay.
know enough to shortcut?
I'm sorry.
Do we know enough to find a shortcut?
Does Mittens know this area very well? It's a
Do
crime
I?
town. He's a criminal.
Oh man, if only you had the urchin background, that would actually be great.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the town, but you don't know like the like all the little secrets. Like you know the people to talk to, but you don't know exactly like, oh hey, you know you kick this third rock and it opens up a tunnel to some crap like that. So no, nothing like that, unfortunately.
Is there anybody around?
Yeah, of course. There's plenty of people
I-
around.
I want to
I
ask somebody
assume
where
we just start-
where the pawn shop is.
Oh.
Pawn shop. Sure. Yeah, you take this road here and give me a Heiser list.
Oh God, highs.
Hopefully we get right directions.
God damn it. Fine. He knows exactly where the pawn shop is. He goes,
Just came from there.
yeah. Funny thing. I just came from there. That guy fucked me over. Anyways, yeah, you go down this road here, and then you go down this way a little bit, and then you go down here. If you see hills of snow, you've gone too far. You gotta double
Hey.
back around.
All right, guys, let's go.
We got the plan.
Yes, he's running. I can tell that he's running.
Yes, I'm just
We have to
refiring.
hurry.
Fun.
Hold on, guys. I'm not used to running.
Okay, so you guys are running swiftly? Haha.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, when you guys get to this point, let's see how far away. Hold on, I'm trying to do this as like dramatically, but also as mechanically as possible. Thus, the life of a DM.
Yes.
So when you get to this point, Swift, with your absolutely amazing passive perception, you see in the glint of the moonlight, someone over here, actually, running across the rooftops, like just, and then they leap down somewhere from behind that building.
I was literally about to ask if I could like run on the rooftops all cool next to the party as we're going down.
If you want to, you can.
Is that faster?
Let me see some acrobatics and/or / athletics to see how quickly you get up those rooftops.
You can climb walls, can't you?
Wait, yeah, can you?
Tabaxi have a climbing speed.
Yeah.
Oh hell, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. No, okay. So then, as the group is going one way, you can climb up the walls and bound from the rooftops.
Now here's the real question: are you doing the Naruto run?
No, I'm doing the efficient running on rooftops.
Yeah.
Not cool, man.
No.
That's
Not
the
cool.
same thing.
I think Swift then is just continuing along the basically just most efficient path that they can on the ground. Just like keeping an eye in mind where they saw the person jump down off the rooftops.
Okay,
I'm like a speeding tank, so good luck.
all right. So I need to know specifically which way you guys are going. Like, you need to move your tokens and.
Oh, okay.
We were so they told us to sort of go. I think we go probably like this way, right? Until
There.
Yeah.
like over this way,
Yeah,
basically.
it was like this way, right?
Because then it's down. Because then it's down this street.
Are you guys separated?
No. Definitely following.
I am.
Oh no!
Wait,
Oh, you're gonna die.
Someone take what the fuck is that?
Whoa.
I don't even know how you do that still.
Just press
Oh,
Q
oh,
when you
oh,
move your token.
Oh, okay. I thought
It doesn't work for me.
I thought it was Jose going everywhere. I didn't realize it was Jose and Alex doing
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, Alex is through the roof.
That was I was on the rooftops.
All right. So
Oh, hey.
so
There you go.
so you guys are running down the street.
Yeah.
Oh my god, do I want to see this?
Doing
Yes.
parkour and
I like to
shit.
imagine at some point I realized that Gus is not with us. Gus! Oh, there he is.
We left Gus and the white lady.
I'm also like running really badly. I don't know how to run.
Guard, no.
Yes. But if we had the urchin background, that's how we get there.
Okay, all right. Yeah, exactly. If you had a urgent background. All right, so one of you scoops up Gus, and he's like chewing on like a like a bone or something. You guys like Gus, no, put that down. It's just like as you pick him up.
This is SpongeBob.
And so you guys are running down the road, except for Mittens. You see Mittens like running with this feline like grace like across the rooftop, and he leaps and bounds across them. And the moonlight is glaring down upon y'all. Glaring down upon y'all. I know.
It's the waitress again.
No, that's just me. That's just being a Florida cracker. That's what that is. Anyways, and so the moonlight is coming, and it's people like you're running down the road. You're like hauling ass, and some of these people are like turning like whoa, and as you're like, and you're like sorry, official business or whatever, and whatnot, and I don't know, Gar is like reduced into a shell, he's just spinning down the road. Anyway,
we're like curling
Gar's
him
blue shell
down the
on it.
road.
Nice. I like that.
You know, I'll have like brooms and we're just like curling him down the road.
and
You got one good running start. Just-
And as you make your way here, you hear the Beery. You hear, because you are a warrior of some kind. You hear the of some kind. I don't know
Some
what.
kind.
Okay.
Undecided.
Yeah.
You hear the unmistakable sound of steel upon steel. As like you know, like the twang, ching, bang sound of sword clashing against something.
I get really excited and run a little faster.
Oh boy! Here I go.
Oh yeah.
There you go,
Here I
Karen.
go killing again. All right, Barry, stop right there.
Nope.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, just stop right there. And what you see. Hold on a second. Let me get the group Sans Gus in here. I don't want Gus to see this.
Fragile eyes.
Yeah. Gus, turn away. Okay, hold on.
Oh no, Deados.
Oh,
Pixels.
Oh, damn it.
There he is.
You see a scene of carnage as you approach what you assume to be the pawnbroker. 3 guards lie either dead or dying in the streets. And hold on a second. My bad. 3 guards lie dead or dying in the streets, and you see Captain Arlagath clashing with Sefik. He wields a sword made of ice, jagged along the edge, and you see that there's a cut above Arlagath's eye that it's you know, those with combat experience know it's a superficial cut, but the blood is like obscuring her vision. And you see Arlagath come down with a sword, and the heft of the blade snaps the sword of ice, but it misses Sefik, who dodges to the side. And then with the broken end of the sword, you see Sefik stab Arlagath on the side, and she lets out a cry of pain and takes a certain amount of damage.
Before we start the encounter, do we want to take a quick break?
What?
It's 8. I'm sorry. It's 8:20, and I'm pretty sure if we start this encounter, we won't have a break.
Oh wow, it is 8:20. Holy
yeah.
shit!
Time flies when you're panicked.
Panicked.
Yeah.
That's when you've been dying to play D&D for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can take a small 10-minute break.
Okay.
I want y'all back by 8:32.
All right. All right. Cool.
Or it gets dark.
The ominous music stays on.
We're going to break. All right.
All right.
See you guys in a bit. All right. thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back in a couple minutes. For all of you guys that are waiting for us to come back, check out some of this awesome art over here. These are some of the artists that we have used for our tokens. So I'm going to give a shout out for the rest of the credit. And down at the bottom, you see some playlist that Andrew has put together for this adventure. Pretty awesome stuff, so go check it out. Give it a follow. And then we'll be right back.
So, what'd you think of my steak cooking skills?
Delicious.
I did that butter thing. Thank you. Oh, you had a cup thing. I thought you put it back. Never mind. It's 8, homie.
Yeah, 100 sweet.
Huh?
Yeah, I want something sweet. Hey y'all. Which part? Yeah, I was like, what would Octavio do in this situation? He just. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he just got told that he has a magical stone that he can use. He's gonna be excited. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just wanted, originally when I rolled for the stealth behind Mittens, I just wanted it to be a really bad roll so I can like, oh, I tried to be as cool as Mittens, but it didn't work. But it turned out to be way better than that. Yeah. Yeah. But one of my cat. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but like legit, like one of my one of my personality traits is like if you do me injury, I will crush you, ruin your name, and salt your fields. Like I'm very vindictive when it comes. Is there easy? No, yeah, I know. Yeah, my thought process. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's why we don't have action. Yeah. uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. You should have known. You should have known that Octavio would have gotten excited. Yeah, he is. He's 19 years old. Okay, I'm gonna make him 20. He's 20. That's his definitive. I know. Well, see, but that's the thing though. As soon as, but here's the thing. Like as soon as he did it, he realized that he fucked up. You know, he's growing slowly and painfully, but he's growing. Wow. So you are the coffee man. No. Yeah. Well, the thing is, yeah. Yeah, she beats the crap out of that guy. One. And we're back from break.
Hi. Welcome back. We're gonna stab Torka in the neck soon.
Soon.
Maybe, perhaps. I don't know.
We're gonna stab Sefik in the neck first.
First, just
That's-
to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
But we're going after Torgon principle now.
This is
like
gonna be more of like a
2/3
moral
two-
victory instead of like, you know.
2/5 of the party would like to
We
murder
can't,
Torga.
Alex. We can't hear you. We heard you through.
Hello.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
I think 3/5 now, or yeah,
I
3/5
don't. I
now.
think Gar, Mittens, and Swift are all just like, we probably shouldn't do that.
I think Mittens would be down to
Mitt-
murder her.
Mittens is on board for killing Torga.
Oh
It's-
boy.
Think of all the smuggling business that would open up at that point.
Yeah,
So
see-
much. He has
see,
so
Mittens-
much to
Mittens is
gain.
thinking about capital. He
Yeah.
doesn't care about
Yeah,
like,
right.
revenge.
This is about-
Gar and Swift then just like the two people who are just trying to like live, like make a living normally, just get
Trying
by.
Trying to
We
claim
were
some
doing
market
great,
share.
and now stuff's bad, and we're
We
trying
started
to figure out
investigating
why.
a murder and everything just got fucked.
Yeah.
Ar's
All
just
right.
trying to drink his water.
Yeah, just want my water.
Is it at least sparkling? No.
No
No.
flat water.
Distilled.
Just plain tap
Should
water.
we
Bring me
Boiled.
the
should we roll
distilled water.
initiative?
Yeah, are we
Not
like
yet.
an initiative?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I need to set the scene further because Jose is like, all right, intermission in the middle of
Oh,
an action.
sorry. It
scene.
sounded.
I'm
It
like,
sounded. I mean, you pull out the turn order and everything, so I was like, oh wait, before we roll.
All right. So then, all right. So Stefik stabs Arlagath in the stomach in such a way that you see that like the power of the blow kind of like lifts her up off of her feet just for like a little bit, like kind of, and she kneels, and she's not dead, but
dead.
yeah, she's dead. Now she is. And you see like a small burst of blood like fall out of her mouth and smatter on the snow below, making that familiar pink hue. And then Sefik turns to you and you see that his oh, hold on. Let me I might as well just show you guys what he looks like now. I couldn't show you the handout earlier because there's a reason. Yeah. Let me see.
Very obvious that he's a
Just
baddie.
obviously
Yeah.
holding a blade of ice.
It's like the
Yeah,
old lady,
look-
like the old lady from Barovia.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
look-
the one I was like, don't
Don't
take
eat those
stuff from
pies.
old ladies. No, just a feeling.
Oh,
No.
hold on. Please don't. Oh wait, no.
There's no children in the town, and there's a mysterious lady handing out pies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's just a nice old lady handing out pies. The first one's free. Nope, nothing's for free. No,
First taste is always free, Darius. Anyways, and
Evil.
so you see Sefik get up, turn to you with the moonlight behind him, and the wind picks up and
Yep, there
blow-
it is.
and
Oh, yeah,
blows
he looks.
and
Yeah.
blows like the stray locks of hair on his side, to one side as the ice blue eyes now affix on you, and now we roll for initiative.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Oh,
friends.
Ooh. I like this.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
can't
that's
select
a
my
bad
character.
initiative, huh?
Oh. Finally, some good rolls.
Wait.
Oh, there it goes.
Wow.
You're the only one who got a good roll.
Or
Don't worry, guys. I'll scout ahead.
we were not ready.
No.
You know,
How far
even though
away
we
are
were
you?
hunting him down.
You know what? Just I know I put you guys there, but just for the sake of that way we're not like, oh, we spend one of our turns moving. I'll just move you guys up a little bit.
What a nice game.
I like that because we're shrunk from the other map.
Yeah.
We're too small.
Wait,
for
is it
this.
man's on one of the roofs?
I was gonna say, yeah, I want to climb on the roof here.
Okay.
That's gonna be my action or my movement.
Yeah, then.
Well, you were already on the roof though.
I figured we were all like walking up, but yeah, that works.
Baby Beery.
Little BB Fury. Okay. All right, Mittens. You see you see this man, the murderer of 10 towns,
Murder.
as Arlagath kneels from her injury. What do you do?
Then sees his eyes and is like, "Oh shit!" And then scurries up the side of the building.
Well,
And
I
then-
mean, I assume you're already on top of the building. Yeah, because you were running on the rooftops.
Am I? Does he know I'm here? If I'm up top on the building, or can I like peek over and see him?
let me see a sneaky stealth check to see if he's seen you or not.
Not a normal
that's-
stealth check.
Oh, all of us?
Ooh.
Sneaky.
This was the-
Sneaky
yeah.
stuff.
Just him.
Howard,
just
this was
him.
the super sneaky, as you can
He-
tell.
Right.
He does not
22,
seem
27.
he doesn't seem to notice you. He has eyes fixed on the rest of the group.
Nice. As soon as I see him, I want to get a good shot and hit him with my short bow.
Okay.
Do you mean to
Ooh,
put
good hit?
negative
up?
2 temporary hit points on me?
A -2 temporary hit.
That's what
Yeah?
happens when you drank that beer. Or that.
I have
There was a -2 on my character sheet.
I
We're
have
all
no
poisoned.
I have no idea where that came from.
No.
Okay. Yes, that hits. You draw out the short bow. The force of the bolt slams Sefik right in the shoulder, and he kind of like cocks back a little bit, and then just like not even pain, just curiously just looks up at where the bolt came from. He doesn't see he still can't see you. He doesn't see you. But you see he just grabs the bolt and just rips it right back out of him.
Oh.
And then what you see is that where there's no blood coming out of the wound, but you see the hole where the bolt was, and now it's like kind of like a ragged cut because he ripped the bolt out of it. You see little fingers of frost start to weave their way together over the hole. He still takes the damage though.
That's not good.
Oh man.
Bad.
Yeah.
Fury, you see your potential girlfriend dying in front of you, or at least a one night stand, and the bolt goes flying towards Sefik. What do you do?
I want to say okay. Yeah, I just go in full in an attack with my longsword.
Ooh, excellent. That hits.
Nice. Rush him.
No.
Perfect. You rush him, and you see all he seems to do. You just see him. He holds his left foot down firm, and he just kind of like edges his right foot to the side. And you see he's not going to dodge. He's just squaring up to take the impact of the blow. And the sword comes down, and you cut him on the other shoulder, and a disgusting like sensation, the feeling of cutting into Sefik is exactly the feeling of cutting into like half frozen meat, like that grainy sort of like feeling. And again, no blood comes from his wound, but you do see the little fingers of ice start to weave their way back over him.
Oh, when I see this, I take a step back.
Oh, you're gonna take a step back? You realize that's a attack of opportunity, right?
Do it.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I've
that's-
almost
that's
died a
it.
number of
That's-
times. Let's
that's-
just
That's your one. Okay.
got it. Heard.
All right, Octavio.
All right. I like scoosh around Gar, and like my fingers are like sparkling. It's like, all right, don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah.
excellent.
Let's
Oh
go.
man, you guys are laying into him. All right, good. All right. So, the fire. Where are you aiming?
On him?
On him. Yeah.
Maybe that's that big old hole. Let me warm it up for you.
Which hole? There's two holes in them.
Oh, the big one that Barry
Um,
got.
Okay. All right. So you aim at the slash that Barry made into him, and you see the fire goes in and it kind of illuminates that area a bit, and he actually this time he's like ah, like and you see the fingers of Frost like melt away from the heat. And now the area where he got hit, like it starts to smolder, and Barry, you smell the disgusting smell of hot rotted flesh.
So since I know what undead are, would I know that like fire is the thing to harm him? To like cause the most damage?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's usually there's usually something else other than fire. But you do notice that he does seem to be taking. He's not responding well to the fire.
Does not like the fire.
Not a fan.
The first two hits, he just no sell, just boom boom whatever. But then the fire, he's like ah, like he actually like let out some sort of like human emotion from that. And then he now it's his turn. And you see he kind of doubles over a bit in pain, and then looks up at Barry, and then he disappears into a flurry of smoke again.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah, and then reappears.
Oh no.
Here, ah! and this time he's wielding two what looks like throwing daggers made of ice, and he just simply like at both Octavio and Barry.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's badass.
Yeah.
That's badass, but I hate him.
All
Ooh,
right.
that was so cool.
Damn it.
Okay. Barry, what's your AC?
16.
Ah, perfect. Okay, and Octavio, it doesn't hit. It just he rolled kind of low on that one. So he throws them both ways, and Barry, all you hear is the sound of or the sound of boots just like behind you, and you turn, and your martial training, you see the ice blade heading towards you, and you parry it with your sword strike.
Ooh.
It doesn't hit. You got real fucking lucky.
Nice.
Swift.
Surprised by this, Swift is going to. I think Swift is going to take a couple of steps back, pull out their bow, and loose an arrow, center of mass.
Okay.
Or I guess are the wounds that have been previously inflicted upon him still glowing? Like, are they still smoldering?
The smoldering is just like and stuff like that, but they no longer have the little bits of frost weaving amongst them now.
Okay. I think I'm gonna aim for. I mean, this is just flavor-wise. I think Swift would aim for the places that have already been damaged, just to like sort of continue driving it through.
Right.
And I will attack. Please.
Oh,
Oh,
that's-
come on!
Oh,
Assume
funny.
a 13 doesn't hit.
Do you have an inspiration?
I don't. Nope. I used it for something else.
Can I give my inspiration to Swift?
You
I was about
certainly
to
can.
ask you if you wanted mine.
I'll take it. Yes, natural 20,
Definitely on that.
baby. Make him my favored foe, because I still have one more of those.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's gonna be 2d8 plus 2d4.
Oh my gosh.
So 15.
Is this one arrow you shot?
Yeah, this is one arrow.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Fuck
So
Amazing.
19 points of damage.
Oh my
Ugh.
god!
Wow.
totally
that
worth
was
it.
Definitely worth it.
That was a good
That
use,
was
use
so
of
worth it.
inspiration, I think.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a fight, but it was a murder. Oh man, he really felt that. Yeah, he like the force of it, like kind of, like sort of it picks him off the ground a little bit, and he kind of staggers back. But you don't see that infliction of pain from him, and then from Barry behind you, you hear the clattering of armor as you see Captain Arlagath, like with one hand, like trying to aim a crossbow. Oh shit! And she fires, but the crossbow bolt goes wide, and it just hits the side of like the side of the house or something. I don't know. And then she keels over again, coughing up more blood. Gar.
All right. Gar moves Octavio out of the way, very gently,
Okay.
Excuse me.
and then cast Shillelagh on the staff. Yeah, pretty much.
Love it.
Whack.
Yeah, pretty much whack right across the face.
Excuse me, young man. Bam.
Ooh.
It says
Ooh.
club, but it's actually the
I
staff.
know. That hits. Jesus.
Magical.
5.
Bonk.
So the arrow goes in. He's like, and then he looks up and he just sees Gar. And just
Looks like a cane. Just
We bully him.
oh my gosh. So now everyone's just fucking beating up on this guy.
just kicking him on the ground.
All right, Mittens.
All right, I'm gonna retreat back a little bit to the other side, the other pitch of the roof, and still kind of sneak around and fire another short bow arrow at him.
Okay. Damn it, that hits too. Fuck.
Damn.
Text.
There we go. Okay, it's just taking a second.
Nice.
Holy
Oop,
shit.
not hand axe. Disregard.
You fire the hand dag.
Hand axe is the arrow.
You gotta ask him a question real fast.
The old axe arrow works every time.
All right, so he 1, 2, 3, and now he's starting to look more and more like a pin cushion at this point, and he has a slight welt on his forehead from where Gar hit him,
Oh,
Pretty much.
and he stumbles back, and you start to see human emotion kind of come back to him. More importantly, you start to see him like his ice blue eyes blaze with a fury of indignation.
Ooh, indignation.
Beery.
ooh. Gonna give him one good last slashings. And use my inspiration. That's 16.
Fine.
I mean, do you even need to if we're flanking?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, question.
Does flanking work like that?
What is that from? That's terrible.
Legitimate. Oh, that's from
Oh, it's from
American
JoJo's
Gods.
Bizarre. Oh, that one? Oh my god, what is that?
That's from American Gods.
Ah!
Oh man.
That's a lot of arrows.
Precise shots.
How does flank? I want to say flanking works like that, but I just want to make sure.
Don't leave that inspiration right there.
I'm not gonna touch it yet. We'll find out.
I don't know if I have to spend that.
That's Mittens.
Quickly, someone look up the flanking rules.
Flanking. Okay.
I like the nod.
What's
Yeah.
the
Runs
question?
away.
Flanking.
if you're flanking, is it advantage?
It's advantage, yeah.
Is it?
Okay.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yep, has
Flanking is
advantage.
advantage.
They both have advantage.
Nice.
Just
14
all the
slashing
time.
damage,
Yeah.
Everyone
please.
has advantage.
Yeah, so
No,
guard.
you
no,
have to be directly on either side of an enemy, and the two people that are flanking have advantage on their attacks against that enemy.
Wow. Cool. Okay.
Okay. Ow. That's big ow from this guy.
Ooh.
All right. You slash him in the back, and with the force of kind of a poetic echo of what just happened from the heft of your blade. Now he like kind of starts to keel down. It would seem like he's not used to his victims fighting back. So
He didn't realize he was getting the full impact of like 6 sessions without going.
It's all pent up.
Nothing but
Hey,
good rolls.
yeah, I know, right? Jeez, you just got all the good rolls in there. All right, Octavio.
And he missed both of his attacks, of course.
Go firebolt.
Yeah, I know. And then I got the bad rolls. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Ooh,
19.
dude,
That's cool.
damn.
Alright, that's, I'm
Stab.
getting
All right.
cold. I'm getting cold. That's why my hands are not.
All right. You catch him on the side with it, and you see where what's it? Fuck, where you hit him on the ribs again. It illuminates once more, and then he's taking a knee, and then he looks up at the group like towards Gar and
Call an
whatnot.
ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah, but not for me. And then he once again disappears into a flurry of snow.
No!
Yes.
Cheating.
And-
Don't
and
be on the
Rhea-
roof.
oh, now he is. And
You did that to yourself.
reappears behind Gar.
Oh no.
We're still flanking
Wait,
him.
Gar? Oh
Still
yeah.
flanked.
Wait, I'm Gar.
Wait a minute, that's me.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a second.
And you see Beery. What you see is that Sefik disappears, and you're like, wait, where is he? And then you see Gar, and then you see Sefik raise an ice dagger, and it
Wait.
comes down. It actually comes down on Gar. Oh
Really?
my fucking god,
Hey, great.
Oh no.
Gar!
That's not good.
You take 7 slashing damage
Wow.
and
Oh.
7 cold damage.
And I'm dead.
Oh.
That's it for me.
You're
not dead.
unconscious.
You're not dead. You're unconscious, and I need you to roll me a d20. And then,
Just a
And
D20
then-
or a
yeah, just roll me a d20 right now.
okay.
Just do what I say.
Fine. I'm stable.
Well, no, it's not that. No, it's not that.
No, I'm stable.
no, it's
I'm
not
back to
that.
normal.
We went from dead to unconscious to stable in 5
Stable now.
seconds.
Guard just hits the ground and then jumps right back up.
Hold on. I was looking forward to this fight for a while.
He was the one that could heal.
Yep. I had
Hi.
one left from when we
Oh.
healed the other guy. for
Also
being
a
too drunk.
healer.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm not as good of a healer.
I keep thinking you're like a barbarian for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, you might as
I
well
love
be at
that
level
damage.
1.
Yeah.
I mean, she
I'm
kind of acts
basically
like
like
it.
fancy fighter.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so
Not even
so you see Octavio, to your horror, your absolute fucking horror. You see the ice longsword pierce the back of the shell and stab Gar, and
Oh,
you
no.
see
Not my squishy back.
and you see where now it's squishy, and you see where the stab was, bits of frost like start to form, and then he brings the sword out, wheels it around, and brings it down on you, Octavio.
Oh no.
Octavio, are you ready for this?
Do it.
Are you ready for this? You're going to take 6 slashing damage
I hurt.
and 8 cold damage.
And
I'm
he's
dead.
Yep.
And I need you to roll me a d20.
Wait, so what's the total damage?
8 and 6, so
8 and 6.
14.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you're good. It's not
Okay.
double. You're good.
oh, okay. And then roll a d20.
Yeah.
Andrew, we're level 1.
Yeah, I know you are. Well, you
Andrew.
were
Oh
level one.
boy.
Then you will die level 1.
All right, Jar might be making an appearance soon.
Jar and Octavio.
He's a stronger Octavio. It's his older brother.
Yeah.
All right. And the okay. Gar, we're gonna deal with you later.
All right, that's fine. I'll just
what,
play here.
what happens to you? We're gonna deal with you.
Okay.
But with Octavio, he comes down with the sword, and you try to dodge out of the way, and what happens is that he slashes alongside your leg, and it starts at the hip and just like unzips your leg.
My
all the way
cloak!
down. No, not your cloak. What's underneath your
Flesh.
cloak?
No, I know, but I care about my cloak.
It goes from the well, it doesn't matter. You're passed out. There's blood everywhere, and just from your hip almost all the way down to your ankle, just like a pure slice. Like, yeah,
Man.
Swift.
So like,
You're seeing
like
seeing this
prosciutto.
man just cut down people left and right. What do you do?
I mean, I can't help them. I shoot the man.
Keep shooting. Shoot faster.
Oh boy, I hope this one hits. Where's my? There it is. Fingers crossed. 15?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Nice.
Boom. All right, so that's a D8 plus a D4. Ooh, that was max damage.
Oh,
Good
wow.
man. Or
Hold
good
on.
them. Good on them.
Yes.
16
Yes,
yes.
let's go.
actual
To
max
Andrew's
damage.
horror.
Let's fucking go. All right.
The dice
So-
are here for it.
So you see him puncture Gar's shell, brings him down one shot, wheels the sword around and slices Octavio right up the middle, and he's just like, and then he takes a step forward towards the north, right when an arrow catches him right in the eye, and you see him just kind of spastic movements, and then just
Yay.
Which was
Finally.
just watching us knock the arrow, and as soon as he turned, just
Yes.
yeah. So you got real fucking lucky with that.
Oof.
Whenever Octavio gets revived or stabilized, it says 5 more minutes.
and I
Are we
think
out
as,
of an initiative?
Yeah, we're out of initiative now.
as soon as
Okay.
that happens, Swift runs over and immediately tries to stabilize. Actually, I think Gar first.
Yeah, I was about to heal Gar.
Oh, do you have
Octavio's like, whatever,
I
guys.
lay on him.
If you heal me, I can heal someone else. So
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I will. While that's happening, though, I will attempt to stabilize Octavio.
Gar, if you don't,
I mean,
loot the guy, I mean, not Gar.
I can just give like, wait,
loot him.
mittens.
Oh, that's definitely a plan.
While everybody's being
Yeah.
healed, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Sifting through his pockets, like, you good? You're not fully dead. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, good.
Jumps
Sweet.
off the building, lands on the
Okay.
guy's corpse.
I
Ravages
can.
through.
I'm gonna go ahead and give Gar 3 extra HP over here. I boop you back to life,
Yeah,
and then
0.
I come over and I boop Octavio back to life with 2 HP.
Now with 2 HP, what does that mean, Andrew? Does that mean that my wound is healed? Like, am I still like sliced? Like, tell me
So-
how am I looking right now?
Okay, so what happens is, Gar, you have a wound on your back that right now, even with the lay on hands, it it's not healing properly. Like right now, it's just not. It's not. It hasn't healed properly. There's just something about it. Just the sheer impact of it. Your hit point maximum has dropped by 1.
Oh no,
now.
10
Oh,
health.
man.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And Octavio, you see when she does lay on hands, the skin kind of curls back, but now there is a perfectly aligned scar down your leg.
Does it hurt?
It hurts. It's
I-
painful.
I wake up screaming.
And you're and for now your speed has been reduced by 5 feet.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just like, ah, it burns. I've never experienced pain like this. ever.
And you will now walk with a noticeable limp.
Oh no.
I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about the pain that I'm going through.
You guys actually rolled pretty good on the lingering injuries. So
Well, that's
you guys
good.
got
I'm
lucky.
gonna go check on God. What is her name? The guard,
Okay. See,
sheriff,
Sheriff Arlaga.
Sheriff,
She's just like
Sheriff Arlagraph.
she.
Yes,
The wound she has, it's you can tell from. Oh, okay. I thought I had like 2 songs playing. All right, you can see the wound from where it's at. It's bad, but it's not fatal. It's
Okay.
something that it's gonna. Hold on a second. My bad. Yeah,
Bless
sorry about that. It's something that you think either that's something that can heal naturally, or like a cleric can take care of it. That's not going to be a problem. But she's just like, oh god, got the bastards good, huh? Just,
we were coming to warn you, but I'm glad we were at least able to save you, or assist, I should say.
and she puts her sword in the ground. She puts her weight on it to stand up. She's like, it's only a shame you guys didn't get here sooner. You killed a lot of good men.
Well, thankfully he won't be killing any more good men.
Or bad men.
Or
Any men,
bad
really.
men.
He won't be
Eddie-
killing anyone.
Or
No
morally
more killing!
or morally gray men at all in that sense.
Right.
Mittens goes morally gray as he's patting his pockets down.
what do you think?
Right.
Can while this is happening, can Swift take a look, like assess Octavio's wound?
Yeah, I'm like
Um,
I'm like screaming and crying and like I don't like this. This is the worst thing ever. No, like
Yeah.
in legit like fear and pain. Like I've never experienced the most is like a paper cut.
Am I
Yeah.
gonna die? Am I gonna
I'm gonna start limping the sheriff back over to the group because now I'm worried about Octavio.
Yeah.
At 0 health, am I standing?
You're not at 0. You're at 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
way,
it brought me
there-
back to 3.
Yeah.
yeah. There's no negative hit points in 5e.
Right.
You're either dead or at 0. There's
Got
no
it.
like yeah.
Unless it goes over twice.
Unless you take double your hit point maximum. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But like having spent a lot of time like out in the wilderness, like having to attend to their own wounds, is there something that Swift, like looking at Octavio's leg, is there something that Swift could suggest or do to sort of help with it?
A walking stick.
Hmm,
I have one of those.
I don't
But-
give him mine.
I have a spare
I
staff.
mean, you imagine the only thing that's going to be right now is that it's just going to be a hindrance on speed. You don't imagine the wound itself. Maybe with a little bit more powerful healing magic that might do something, but
Okay.
right now it's not gonna kill him. He's just gonna this is just something he's just gonna
Right.
have to-
But it's something that is going to affect travel from now on. Until it's dealt with. Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna have a noticeable limp, and like I don't know, before a storm it starts to ache or something like that.
Oh.
Right.
You know.
Well, we have an opportunity. We might want to take a look at that.
When I get over to him, I hand Octavio a flask and just tell him like this will make you feel better.
I drank it
And when you
in desperation.
nice. when you take a sip, you realize that it's honey whiskey.
I was like,
Ah!
this is terrible. Why do you do this to
Oh,
me?
You brought this?
you like honey.
Yeah, but I want painkillers.
That's all you're gonna get.
What
Wait,
are
did
those?
you
Well, at
say
least-
did you say you want or you're on painkillers?
No, I want.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we know
That's an
he's still
important
alive.
distinction.
It
We know he's
hurts.
still alive if he's complaining.
I'm
This-
dying.
Should I pull out one of my dead rats and be like, Octavio, look, dude, we don't have painkillers, but we got a little food here
I'm
for
never
you?
gonna recover from this.
Frozen rat?
No, get away.
That's all I have.
I think it's time we assess the situation.
You've seen
All right.
Do I find
Alright.
anything in Sephic's pockets?
Curiously enough, you don't. What you do find, okay. So what you do find is actually, you find like a hunting knife, and you find, what's it, like a, hold on. You find something that has an emblem on it that you recognize as part of like the Sword Coast like Navy. Like, you know, like that's curious. But then as you're going through his body, or like not going through his body, going through his pockets,
God.
yeah,
Full on cut him open, searching.
Mhm.
You gotta be thorough.
Yeah, oh,
Like in,
no,
like in the
he-
Fifth Element
Oh
with those
god,
stones.
he's rotting. Oh
did.
god.
he just has a chest cavity full of gems. No,
Nice.
I knew it.
That's where I'd hide my gems.
Yeah.
the winds start to pick up, and a little miniature I don't want to say dust devil, like a snowstorm circles Sephic's body, and from Sephic's body you see the ghostly image of someone dressed in furs and bones and antlers rise up, like they place their hand on the ground and push themselves up and looks around all of you, and it's this grayed out ethereal like spirit, and it says to you all, you are fools. Do you think what you've done here is a victory? Things are already in motion. You cannot stop what has already begun. The people of Ten Towns, they will suffer. And it's through their suffering that they have fueled their further suffering. Don't you see? Every ounce of food, every moment of pain, every drop of blood they spill for my god, the Frostmaiden. Your people, they forget the gods that once ruled this land. Your pantheon is weak, it's soft, but mine is one of harsh, unforgiving bitterness and fury. 10 Towns will remember. Icewind will remember. And soon the world will remember the old ways. And then just and then before the image like disappears completely, you hear a whisper on the wind. This is all for the sake of you, Oriel.
Oh, real?
Oreo.
Oriel.
Okay.
Not Oreo.
No, not Oreo.
Well,
I was way off.
All right. So then what happens is that you hear the clattering of footsteps behind you, and then to the side, and then to the left. And your fight was not silent. Clearly. It was very loud, very
Yeah.
cinematic. And you see the townsfolk start to gather around you. I'm not gonna put in the individual tokens because fuck that. But you see the townsfolk gather around you, and the sheriff holds up hands, and says, "Stay back, stay back. This is a crime scene." And you see she tries to like get a little bit of the like authority back in there, and says, we've been attacked, but thankfully with these brave young adventurers' help, we fended off the attacker. The killer of 10 towns is no more. And with that, you guys level up.
Yay!
Oh hey, I get spells now.
Yeah!
Oh
8
my
sessions later.
We did it.
Nine.
We did it!
9
Nine
Session
sessions.
9.
Well, technically 8 because we
Li-
started at 1. But technically,
Literally the longest level one ever.
How are we doing? How are we doing hit points?
Roll for them, but re-roll on ones, I guess. Oh no, we can do it the way we did for Avernus, where you can either roll it or take the average.
Either
well, let's see how
or
this goes.
roll
I'm
first.
just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll my I'm gonna do my character mancer right now.
I would say either or,
Where's that button?
whichever one is better.
Oh, my average puts
Nope.
me at 20.
There you go.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Uh,
Howard didn't roll a single once.
Nope,
above
I got average the whole time.
Oh shit.
So is everybody rolling? Are you just rolling for it?
Yeah, you roll, and
Yeah,
if it's less than average, you just take the average.
Cool.
Oh god.
It was less than average.
That's okay. That's perfectly fine.
Where's the level up music?
Damn, what do I have?
I forgot to hold on.
Or can we get like some
I guess
forgot
Final
that
Fantasy
my-
7 end of battle music?
I guess sorcery points.
He was so high. I forgot that my HP was that high. Wait, that doesn't seem right.
I don't know that one yet.
I have to look at that.
Hey,
Ooh, nice cutting
Abe.
action.
Thanks for coming back.
Oh shit! I have to pick a fighting style now. Ooh.
All right, let's. What do I do?
Well, so I'm not
Cantrips.
taking archery.
This-
Oh, I know spells now.
I really should have like some sort of like triumphant music for when you
I-
guys level
Didn't
up.
you have it for one of the? I think it was for Barovia.
I
Can we-
didn't.
Yeah.
Can we get some good trumpets?
I didn't know that.
I
I didn't know that absorb elements was a ranger spell.
It is?
Wait, which one?
I have access to it. Absorb elements is apparently a spell a ranger can
Oh
have.
snap!
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I kind of want that.
Do it.
It'll definitely come in handy.
I feel like we're gonna get a lot of cold damage done.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean here?
Cold
I was,
damage?
that was the only thing I was thinking when Octavio got hit for like 8 cold damage. I was like, oh, if only he'd taken absorb elements, he might still be alive.
Only if.
What was your HP?
Wait, I
'Cause it
have-
would've done.
I have absorb element too.
Would that have saved you? Would that have saved you from dying?
Probably not. Let me see.
What's your HP?
8.
Total.
Maybe.
8 total.
8 total, yeah. Maybe.
Oh no, you still would have gone down.
You
Because
know
it would have halved it to 10.
Do I want magic missile?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do some magic missile. Boop. I can change them too.
I feel like I don't need to take Hunter's Mark because I have favored foe.
I can replace one spell. Hey, Adam, thank you for liking the stream. Welcome. We are in the middle of leveling up. Why is it that every time there's like downtime, it's when people start like...
I have no
Showing up.
idea. I think it's the time of night. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Actually, that makes a lot of
You
I
sense.
know,
saw us
I'll-
all cheering.
I'll just use the last song that I had.
Do I go with defense so I can get my AC higher? Because I have bad AC.
No.
No.
Okay,
Don't go with defense.
I'm gonna replace Witch Bolt.
Greater weapon fighting?
If you use the two-handed weapon, great weapon fighting's pretty good.
I did use two-handed weapon this last time around.
Um,
hard no from 2 people out of the group. I'll take that.
I in the Avernus campaign that I'm in, I use a greatsword, and great weapon fighting with a greatsword is pretty good.
I was gonna say great.
Well, it's
Right?
great.
Triple
the
is
more
very
dice
good.
the more dice you roll, the more useful great weapon fighting is. So with a great sword, you roll 2 dice. That's 2 chances to
Holy
reroll
shit.
1s or 2s.
Sure, I like
Tasha's-
it.
Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Ooh.
That's a new one.
A stream of acid emanates from you in a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide, in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be covered in
two
acid for the
spells,
spell's duration, which is...
Oh man.
You had to poltergeist it.
1 minute.
Or
A creature covered in acid takes 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of their turn. That looks good. Am I gonna pick that?
Alright.
I only get to know 2 spells. Oh.
I feel like I'm not thinking of the right movie, but whatever. Here we are.
All right. Hold on, Barry. I got something more for you
Yeah.
in regard to your leveling up. So let me know when you're done leveling up.
Okay.
How about catapult?
Okay. What does this do?
Now we're
That's-
doing spore stuff.
That's not bad.
Now you're playing with spores.
Now we're doing spores.
Yeah, you get your blanket of spores, basically.
Yeah. Plus chill touch, which is kind of a garbage cantrip, but that's okay.
Oh.
Weirdly enough, doesn't do cold damage.
Nope.
Really?
I think it
And
would.
it's not a touch spell.
It's a range spell.
What?
It's a ranged fire spell. What is that?
It's a range
It's ranged
necrotic.
necromancy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
weird.
I was gonna say it's called chill touch, and it does neither cold damage or as a touch spell.
Very
There's
misleading.
Nothing, there's nothing chilling or... Oh, yeah, okay. This is the song. Here you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that was
Level
it.
2.
The light, like...
Yeah.
level off! Alright.
Guys, do I want catapult or do I want Tasha's Caustic Brew?
What's
Alright,
that?
I got
so-
catapult and I like rarely used it. It didn't end
Yeah.
up coming in handy.
Alright, so
Tasha's
that was
Caustic-
it for Rime. That was it for Rime of the Frostmaiden. Join us next week for when we start Candlekeep Mysteries. That was it.
Yep.
That was the whole campaign.
Right.
Level
It's
now. Level
Right
level
over.
1 to 2.
Skip right over Salt March. We don't need that. No pirates, never.
Nobody wants pirates.
I didn't like pirates.
I have
Um,
now...
Shield of Faith or Thunderous Smite?
Thunder of Smite.
Shield
That
of
just
Faith
sounds
is
cool.
a nice
Thunderous?
Yeah.
Shield of Faith is a nice one.
Yeah.
It is a bonus action too, which is
I got flexible casting.
Yeah, we're gonna go with
the thing I found with paladins is that you tend to be overloaded on concentration spells.
a little bit. This one's evocation, but it can be heard from like 300 feet away, and I don't know if that's a good thing in the
I mean,
wilderness.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems
situational.
That seems to be fine, I guess, because a paladin should have good AC
Yeah.
and should have good constitution. So,
Unless they roll badly.
or you know,
And then you're just fucked.
I'm not taking this spell. I don't want to take this spell. Gar will have this spell. I don't need to take it.
What is it?
Speak with animals. I don't need it.
I don't even know. Maybe it depends.
I mean,
if we see...
as a druid, you'll just know it. Like you just have it, but you need to prepare it.
Oh, right, true.
Yeah.
You let me
I'm
don't
like-
want to talk to the animals?
I only get to pick 2 spells, and it's so painful.
I got to pick
It's a-
one and switch another, so.
I just only got to pick one.
Well, I mean, I'm getting my only spells. I only get to know 2 spells.
No pressure.
Bless. You think I'll ever use this? No, it's
I
concentration.
think I need something proactive.
I got
I mean, we're gonna have a paladin and a druid, so I feel like I don't need to take cure wounds, right?
I'll have it pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
I was debating taking that because I was like, I have lay on hands. Do I need to double up?
That was the other thing that made me sad about playing a paladin is that I didn't have healing word.
I can get healing word.
I was like, I
Kinda
don't think I've ever used healing word.
Oh. Healing word is a busted spell. Let me tell you.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Is it really? The spellcasting modifier makes a difference?
It's not that it does, it's the fact that it's a bonus action.
Oh, I didn't even
Oh
read
wow,
that.
okay.
It's a
Wow.
bonus action and it's ranged.
That's
Oh.
cool.
Just healed, and then I'm gonna go do something over here.
We could get into like the nitty gritty about like how healing in D&D is actually not as good as people think it is, but healing word is
Okay.
for sure. Because most often the TLDR is that more often than not, damage dealt is outpaced by the amount you could possibly heal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your
Yeah, for
turn
sure.
would be more better used. hitting
Right, which
somebody.
is why healing word is great because it just auto ups people that have been knocked out
Right.
as a bonus action
That's true.
from range. You don't even have to touch them. It gets wild. As a utility spell, it's very powerful. To the point where some I've heard that some DMs actually ban it
What?
Oh, wow.
because
Oh,
it's that
come
good.
on.
Yes, that's my reaction because like you should just be able to deal with it, like because they're still
It's not-
using a spell slot to do it.
Yeah, and it's also, it's not like healing word does that much. It only does like 1d4 plus your spellcasting
Right.
modifier.
The
Yeah,
real the amount that it heals you is not significant, but it's enough to get you back into the fight for another round, which can usually make the difference.
yeah, but I mean that's the point of healing. Like healing word is not
Exactly.
something like you're gonna get like right out the gate. You gotta work towards it.
Mm-hmm.
So no,
Yeah,
that's
I don't agree with those people that ban it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think it's still reasonable.
yeah, and I mean to be perfectly honest with you, healing is pretty fucking garbo in 5e. So yeah,
It's not. Yeah, it's not great.
they got to give them something, you know.
I found myself with lay on hands more often than not, just like taking big hits and then just using a turn where I couldn't do anything and just pumping it all back into me as like an energy tank from like Metroid.
Because I mean, really, what it's kind of sad when the best healer in 5e is a fucking bed, you know.
It's true, yeah.
But
Long
I mean, that's
rest, you're good.
Yeah.
but I mean that's also kind of the give and take where it's like a long rest heals you fully, so we can't have healing in combat be as effective as it was in previous editions, or else or else y'all be too healthy all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
So healthy.
I think
And all set.
Okay.
I'm debating between Ensnaring Strike and Hail of Thorns.
All right.
Ooh.
Snaring strike could be good. That locks them, like spot locks them, right?
Yeah, but it only does it to one person. The nice thing about Hail of Thorns is it lets me hit if there's things that are clustered. Hail of Thorns affects all of them.
Yeah, I like Tale of Thorns.
So
I used it a couple sessions or a couple.
if I don't like it, I can jump exchange it at level 3.
Yeah.
So
If we
Alright.
make it.
if we make it to level 3,
If
yes.
we
Ever.
make it 13
Nine-
sessions
nine-
later.
Session 18.
Yeah.
Session 27, level 3.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, look, there's a reason why you guys took so long to get to level 1. It's not my fault.
No. We know that.
It's definitely your
Okay,
fault.
10
Just
plus
wanted to
2
make-
is-
Just want to make that clear. Barry,
That should be an 18.
Yes.
all right, you've leveled up, and while Octavio is freaking out over his wound, and Arlagath is like trying to like shush the crowd and stuff. Suddenly, a beam of light. The clouds open up, and a beam of light down to where Beery was. And I say where Beery was because she's gone now for a little bit.
Oh.
Octavio looks like, this guy's trying to kill us.
Ah! Beery,
I took Beery.
you find yourself in an immaculate temple. The floor is mirror shine polish, and standing in front of you is a 3-story tall statue of a man, clearly a god. In midst of dealing a blow to the enemy that's underneath his foot, some demonic looking creature like and it's that stop. and it's a like a Renaissance style like catching the motion where there's equal amounts of grace and power, and you can see the muscles rippling through him as he deals the blow down. And then suddenly, the eyes of the statue, like, with a white fire, a radiance about them, and a voice says, "Beery,
What the actual fuck?
Beery,
What?
you have begun to restore my name in this frigid wasteland of death. And for that, I claim you as one of my own. For I am Tempest, the god of war."
Not
Nice.
normally too into being claimed. But okay.
"My child, present me with thine weapon."
Skeptically, I'm guessing there's like a big marble palm in front of me or something.
No, curiously, the statue hasn't like moved at all. And you're like, and suddenly the sword is like kind of like not ripped, but like pulled from your grasp. And you see it start to float up towards where, like, towards the hand that holds like the greatsword that Tempest wields. And it goes up there, and you see a lightning bolt, like, and it crashes into your sword, and it comes floating down to you now, and now it's wreathed in this golden white flame of radiance, and says, "With this, child, you will smite down evil, and you will bring warmth and flame back to this land of cold and ice." That's how you get Divine Smite. Like,
Neat.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
and then just like that, boom! You're back in Icewind. You're just like, oh, fuck!
Bear your back! I was so scared for like a second.
How long were they gone?
I mean, for you, it could have been a couple minutes. I don't know.
I think God just found me.
Well, you were so indecisive about which god do I want to pick. I'm like, all right, I'm picking for you.
I'm totally fine with that. I gave you options.
I know. I kind of wanted to roll it into the fact that you.
Oh yeah.
Beery's
Beery's very non-committal, but I just got like claimed by a god. That's a
Okay, well, I mean, when I mean claim, I mean like, okay, I used the wrong word.
I totally understand what you're getting at.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like you are my chosen soldier.
Yeah, you're my guy now.
Yeah.
Get down there and slay some stuff.
Yeah,
You're the dude. You got it.
You're the dude.
Go do what you do. You
Get
don't
to
need-
murdering.
Go forth and
Go
be the
murder,
dude.
child.
But now Barry's back, and she wields a sword wreathed in golden flame just for a little bit, and then it just snuffs back out like woof.
The entire
any-
town just saw that.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. It's like did the town
All
see
of the
this?
villagers just saw me disappear, reappear, and show up with a flaming sword.
Yeah,
Told me.
and you hear one of the villagers go, "By the gods!" Just,
You're right.
oh my fucking
Oh.
god! You said that.
Can I just at that moment just like Tempest has returned to the land?
And people are like,
Yeah.
clap.
"Yay!"
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got a good SpongeBob thing for that.
They didn't see what I just saw, so I'm just like, fine, okay, I'll just shield this, or I'll just sheath this weapon here.
Well, I mean, you're only level 2, so
I'm still big beer over here.
when you shout that, people are like, "Whoa, okay, whoa, all right, okay, whatever you say, lady, that's okay. All right, cool."
Whatever you say, lady. You're the one with the flaming sword.
Congratulations.
There it is, another SpongeBob reference.
And
That's a good one.
And all the guy says, "Go now, disperse, get out of here. We got
Shush him.
we have
Gonna get you.
Boy.
I'm
we
next.
have to bury these good men."
I'm
And
still
through the
alive.
crowd-
Right
That's
here?
Not you, the guards that are in the fucking street.
I'm still alive.
It might not seem like it, but I'm still alive. I promise.
I thought you can't bury people here. Permafrost and all
That's
that.
funny. You're like
All right,
arguing
from
with
a
him.
lady.
Okay, well,
Good
not bury,
lord.
but maybe make it like a funeral pyre for it. Okay, come on. Help me out here.
Nope.
We need to give these men a proper funeral. And through the crowd, despite the fact that she's the dwarf, you see the searing glare of Torga, and she's just like,
Do I see it?
"Oh yeah, you all see it." It's-
Officer, there she is. Get her.
Oh my god.
Well, it seems like the only officer on duty is like heavily wounded, but then you're like, "Get her!" And then like the crowd like starts to like meander back to where they were, and Torga's nowhere in sight.
Ah,
And that is where we're going to pick back up.
I scream, you better run, you coward.
Don't let us catch you.
All right.
Oh boy.
So
Wait, did she just go away?
did she? I don't know.
No, man, I hate that my leg is fucked up. Otherwise, I would have.
you-
After
Otherwise,
her.
I would have caught her.
I asked, "Hey, do you think I should do the lingering injury?" And you're like, "Yeah,
No,
sure,
no.
go for it." So
Yeah, no.
this is on you.
No, I like it.
No, I like it. I was
This
just
is all
saying.
your fault.
I was like,
Yeah.
if it wasn't because of my leg, but my leg is fine because I can actually move. I just didn't get up.
This is all your fault. Personally, I'm fine with lingering injuries.
Yeah,
As
me
the
too.
only person who has not sustained one.
Yeah.
Give it time.
you,
Me and my big neck wound.
you said that out loud, and now Andrew knows.
Yeah.
You're next.
No, I know. I have like a little checklist.
I have a little. Listen, I didn't have to tell him. He already knew.
Who
Yeah.
not horribly disfigured? Let's see.
Yeah.
I am horrible
All
to
right.
disfigure. I am hideous. Look at my legs.
Swift is too cautious to be to let that happen without good
All right.
reason.
All right, who's not dead? Sound off.
I was gonna say everybody else has gone down.
Yep.
I'm assuming we go back to the White Lady Inn.
I will say that you make your way back to the White Lady Inn. I will end the session with you resting at the White Lady Inn.
Yeah, I think
Bloody-
Swift sort of like gets on Octavio's like the side with his bad leg and just sort of puts his arm up around to help him sort of like
And I
not have to
Aside
limp
from his bad
horribly.
leg.
And
yes, I
just sort of-
accept it. I'm like, it hurts so much.
God, please, not in my ears.
Ah!
It's not like ultra painful, but there is the prominent limp, and you do like every.
I will
like, couple
princess
steps.
carry you if I have to.
I think that's the
No!
point
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Like,
Carry
it's
you
not
across
that
the
bad, but
threshold.
he's never
Hey,
experienced it.
Octavio, it's not that bad.
To you guys, it's not that bad. Octavio has never
Octavio,
experienced
to
anything like this.
Octavio, this is literal worst.
He
thing
thinks
that's
he's
ever
about to
happened
die.
him.
This is it. His brain is
just-
gonna leak through his leg.
He's just like at the fucking. He's at the White Lady Inn, like leave me
Yeah.
to my deathbed.
Like Jose was saying, is the worst thing injury he's ever had before is a paper cut. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is true. You know, actually, now that I think of it, he hasn't been touched this entire fucking.
Yes,
game.
that's what I'm
So,
trying
yeah.
to say.
Oh,
I
okay.
have been nothing but like a meat shield.
You're a tank.
I think I've died twice.
And I was like, I feel a fever coming on. It's
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's happening again.
I'm gonna
I've
be-
been hit.
I'm gonna become a hypochondria. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I think that anything like a shiver or like a sneeze is like because of my wound.
I was trying to think if I had been hit, and I think I've been hit once.
but
No,
the-
twice. I've been hit twice, I think.
But now the side of your pants legs, I guess, is ruined from that attack because
Yeah.
it sliced right through it like a hot knife through butter.
Gotta go fix that.
To the
I
point
need a
that-
tailor.
You're screaming
can-
about finding the local tailor.
to-
Is she any good?
I'm gonna die. I need the local
Has
How
she
are
shit.
her
worked with
reviews?
Silk?
to
Has
the
she ever
point-
worked with Silk?
to the point that it might not be effective as winter gearing.
Yeah, I know. That's what you were getting at.
It's okay. I think we have enough money to buy new pants.
Well, mittens. Sure.
I got you
Yeah,
guys.
Mittens is
I
funding
buy
this
I buy
journey.
everybody new wardrobe. We got this.
Getting
The
new
camera
pants-
turns around and has like golden rings and like a chain.
Yeah, it's like that Homer Simpson meme, like
Oh, yeah.
Should we just leave Sephic's body, or should we like?
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Yeah.
Keep
Well,
stabbing him.
I assume that they are going to keep an eye on it, as it is now
Well,
a crime scene.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, Clint Trollbane from the very first session said that she needs some sort of proof that Sephic's dead.
Oh shit!
I
I
would.
picked that body up, and I carry that thing on back with us.
We just take his
did-
head
oh,
off.
I was gonna cut his eye out or something.
Just cut his head off.
That
I
blue
can
eye.
I can just pull the arrow that went through his eye and just pull the eye out.
There you
of
go.
The arrow.
Not enough.
Like
Shish kebabbed.
we'll
Cut his
we'll
ears.
just
Make a
do-
necklace out of his ears.
I'll just
I'm
bring the
not
body
going
with
to
us
do that.
until
What
we
do you-
just back to the inn so we can decide if there's something better we can take from him later.
Yes, let's take the dead, rotting corpse back to the inn.
Take this
No,
head
we
and
won't.
put
It's
it in a box or
winter.
something.
We'll
It's
put
fine.
sunglasses on. It'll be a whole weekend at Bernie's
Yeah,
type
it'll
of
be
thing.
great.
I have eyeballs.
He was here
fine.
before. You know this guy.
Do you think eyeball is enough for Helene? You
Yes.
think Helene will take this seriously?
Yes, I do. I don't think she
Helene
wants
takes
us to.
nothing.
I mean, it
Helene
is.
wants a whole corpse.
I've worked with Clint before. This is
Clint
fine.
wants a whole corpse. No, I mean, I would imagine. I mean, he does have striking blue eyes, so I
The
would
eyes are a
imagine.
distinguishing feature.
Yeah, I would imagine the eyes
Can
will
we-
actually probably be good enough.
Can we get
honestly.
that in like a letter from like this sheriff confirming that we kill him?
I
Suffolk
think that
dead.
is reasonable.
Big murdered.
Yeah.
That
I think-
that we will have to deal with next session.
Okay. All right. Let me end the stream.
Alright.
Thank you everybody who joined us today for another adventure in Rime of the Frostmaiden. We have quite a few viewers. Make sure to tune in next week for the continuation of this adventure. Will Octavio stop screaming about his leg? Will we
No.
cut
My
the head off
leg.
of my leg? What would happen?
Like,
How many
No,
more
it's fine,
sessions
fine,
would it
fine.
take to level 3? The world may never know.
Had-
It's
Oh,
not
God,
gonna
please
take
not
that
8.
long.
But make sure to follow us on Twitch, Facebook, and we have a podcast on Spotify, Apple Tunes, whatever you listen to your podcast, and we're in there. So thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.
hey.